Do it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the United Stand. It's not the United Stand. I've done that a million times. It's not the United Stand. It's That's Football. It's coming home. Craig's about to start singing it as well because we're in the mood for England. England, love's got the world in motion, and I can't believe it's true. We're singing for England. England, we're singing the song.
Patience began to wear thin.
For England.
Boxer wanted to win and the dream turned into a nightmare.
If I could put my hand across.
Who wanted to bring Johnny Giles and Eamon Dunphy back.
Shut up. You're out. The only thing green in here is the wash and go sign, which we'll talk about in a minute. I'll tell you what I wish I could do.
Wash and go, by the way, lads. I know you're watching. I mean, I am here. I do exist. You know what I mean? Show some love. Show some love to your fellow man.
We'll talk about this in a minute, but I would love if my hand could pass through technology and just start tapping on your head like a drum. We're singing for England. It would be hilarious. We need to get a hand that comes in and just starts doing it. But
Craig Bongos, there's a bit of merch for you. Craig Bongos. Yeah.
So we're live for, the big game's England later. We'll have the fan park in the corner for that from London, the Paddy Fan Power Park. But today we've just got to put with Craig in the corner for Denmark.
Just a Paddy.
Just a Paddy, yeah. But look, this is the game. This is the game, Craig, for who gets to play England in the semi-final. Which way do you feel it will go?
I want Denmark to get through. I won't lie to you. I do. I think we all love a little bit of Denmark. But the Czech. I feel like if you guys get the Czech Republic, it's not a walkover, but being there, done that, bought the T-shirt.
Yeah, I think Denmark is a game. I'd rather get Czech Republic, but I've got to admit. It's a weird one because I actually do want Denmark to win. I think semi-finals for them would be amazing achievement. If they get to the final, it's even bigger. They have won it before, but I'd love to see Denmark get to the semi-final. But I think that'll be a harder game for England. So really, Czech Republic win would be good for England. But yeah, I don't know. I think this has got extra time written all over it. I think out of all the games, I was like, yeah, this has got extra time written all over it. I can see it being 1-1 full. I can see this going penalties. I don't know about you.
That'd be perfect for you, lads, though.
I'll have to. You tell you what, you might get your moments in the sun because you better put your sun cream on because if that happens, I'm going to have to probably shoot off to set up the England game. So you will get the drama and everything on your own. Craig on his own for that, I think.
I'll get my George Hamilton moment. Come off day versus Bonner. A nation holds its breath. We're there.
Could be the game of the tournament. He's praying for penalties now. He really is. But you did mention Wash and Go. Today's show is sponsored by Wash and Go, as you may see in the top corner here. It is sponsoring the show. But what I say is they're not really sponsoring the show. They're sponsoring me, really, aren't they? Because it's me who's sponsored by Wash and Go. Because let's face it, there's not a lot they can do with a shiny dome like Craig on the top of his head. He doesn't really have an abundance of follicles. That being said, we're a very inclusive channel, so maybe I can be the hair care partner and he can be the body hair partner. Goldbridge and Holden taking the hair care and body hair market by storm. I can imagine the billboards now, Craig.
Well, they've worked with Joe Hart before. Do you know what I mean? There's hope for us goalkeepers. Yeah,
but you just got to get past maybe put a wig on. I've seen pictures of you in a wig. Maybe you could put a wig on and wash your wig. Glue it on, get in the shower, pretend you've got a full head of hair, and then, wash it, and then go. Just make sure it stays on.
About going disappearing for 2 months and actually just letting it grow out and come back and see people's heads fall off.
Yeah, that would be good. Well, at the end of the day, you are depriving yourself. I know you've got the old. No, we can't say the other one. I refuse to use the man one. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about Wash and Go. But you are actually, depriving yourself of entering the hair care product market. There's, Wash and Go is there, probably thinking, Craig, we quite fancy you to do it. But what I would say is that if you need some help with washing your hair and you're not Craig and you have got a bit of hair and you've been soaked with beer at the fan park tonight or something like that, then you're going to need the best 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner in the UK. So click the link in the description and pick up your bottle. They're very reasonably priced. Wash and Go today. Thanks again to Wash and Go for sponsoring this Watchalong. We really appreciate you supporting the channel, even if you can't support Craig's hair growth.
Can I be honest? I went on Twitter the other day after our stream and I started searching Watch and Go. What's their Twitter at? Couldn't find one because, obviously the main brand or the owners must have it. But I did try and get it. And we go, lads, Mark, 11 bottles, me, Zippo.
Yeah, they're not on Twitter. They're not. But big shout out to Wash and Go. Obviously, we put it on my side because putting it on Craig's side felt like we're just taking a piss.
Yeah, it would. To be fair, yeah,
you know,
good
people
show.
who've never tuned into the channel would go, "Well, he washed it and it went."
And they don't want people to think that's what's going to happen.
No, they don't want that to think happen. That's why it's next to me because look, my hair I've got so many bottles of Wash and Go now because obviously I'm a brand ambassador. My hair is washed at least 3 times a day by Wash and Go, so it goes. You know, I can comfortably say that Wash and Go is a big part of my, facial and hairal demeanor. So yeah, Wash and Go. But we can't put it on the other side. As we said, we cannot put it on the other side because it just felt like it was taking the piss.
Turtle Wax or any of these companies that do the bowling balls, any of those lads want to get in touch, I'm here. That's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you what, it would be hilarious. I mean, I'm not sure we could do dual brand sponsorships, but if we had Wash and Go on my side, and so it's almost like when me and Craig are on, we split the screen. So I would have like Wash and Go, all my favourites, and he'd have bloody Mr. Sheen or something like that on his
hair
side.
Restoration, Black Rock or something.
Yeah. Wigs are us. Wigs are us.
Oh, that'd be class, actually. I've often wanted to come on with, the Stephanie wig from, what's the thing with Sporticus? You have kids, I'm sure you remember this, but Crazy Town, is it? Lazy Town.
Lazy Town.
I always wanted the pink Stephanie wig from that. I think that I could pull that off. And then I'd use Wash and Go. My missus uses Wash and Go, sincerely. I did have family, by the way, 2 girls in my family Wash and Go, 2 ladies, and a young lad with hair. Do you know what I mean?
There you go. I did when I first did like United Stand, we used to always do shows like this where you don't physically meet. And we had a meet up in Manchester. And when I met one of the lads, Martin, he was like, "Oh, it's real then?" I said, "What are you on about?" He says, "Your hair, it's just never out of place. I always presumed it was some sort of hairpiece." I said, "No, it's just good male grooming on your hair. I have the little lines shaved in. I'm very particular about my hair. It's very molded, and you need that wash and go for the base, the conditioning, and then you get your gel in, and then it takes a bit of time. It doesn't move. You're right, it doesn't move. It's a very solid head of hair. There's a lot of product in it.
What is it, just for men, or what are you using?
No, I don't use any of that. Look, you can see I'm starting to go on the sides. People think it's blonde. It's actually grey.
I think you'd pull off grey. I think when the day comes, I think it'll work.
Silver Fox. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of going grey. I actually don't care. I've got bits of grey in my beard. I'm not bothered. I think it shows maturity. Yeah, Ravanelli.
Hang on, you can't be using maturity with the 2 of us, mate. That word just doesn't work.
Well, Emil with the super chat says best thing to come out of the Euros is the frequent Mark and Craig partnership. Yeah, we've enjoyed it. It's been good. It's been a good laugh actually, and we'll have to see what we can do next season because I've really enjoyed the Euros anyway. It's funny, Ryan, who does our graphics, was saying today, I can't believe we're hitting the semi-finals already. I said, I know. It's just like at the start of the journey, it was like, oh my God, this is an absolute marathon to try and do every single game. And we've done every single game. So big shout out to everybody. And obviously Craig and Jordan and Joe and Kev did one. I think Jay did one. And, all the graphics from like Ryan and Drawty and stuff. It's been a really big effort to get to this point because we're on the home run now, and we haven't got to argue about who's going to do Austria against North Macedonia. It's like everyone, we're fine now. I
told you I was washing my hair that day. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. Here's an opportunity. Why not put a rug company on Craig's side? Allied Carpets. Yep. Says Nick P. And Goldbridge. Goldbridge can have Wash and Go. Craig can have Happy Eggs, says Luke Jones. Yes. What's this 70%? Okay, so yeah, we'll talk about the teams in a minute, but we've got a few minutes. I mean, it's not the England game, is it? This is just to play England in the semi-final. But so today I've gone from 50% to 70% that Rafael Varane is going to Manchester United. Now, people get obsessed about my percentages, but this was based on a phone call I had at lunchtime. Basically, I can't say who it was from, obviously, because that's not how sources work. But all I can say is they've been on the channel before. And what I was told is that it's not Craig. Not this channel. United Stand. Who's been on that football? Craig, Jordan. Oh, no, it's better. It's much better than that. But semi-finals are on Wednesday, of course. This is the quarterfinals. But what I was basically told is about Varane, because I've always been a little bit, this is skeptical. I think this is another Ramos where he's using us for a contract. But what was told is that you need to be a little bit more confident on the Varane deal. I'm not saying it's going to definitely happen, but what I was told is that you need to be a little bit more confident. Varane definitely wants to come to United. The stumbling block here is going to be the fee with Madrid, or if Madrid convince him to stay with some ridiculous offer, which they won't do. So it's sounding good. We just have to wait and see what happens with it. But 70% time at the moment, not quite 90%, but 70%.
90% club are stretching at the minute. Are they just warming up just to get ready?
Yeah.
I did it again to myself last night, by the way, mate. I did it again. I lured myself back into the Copa America like a fool and watched the most turgid 1-0 you'll ever see in your life. And by the way, even a red card you couldn't argue with last night. Gabriel Jesus went full on Eric Cantona / Daniel LaRusso and nearly took a Chile player's head off.
What yeah, bloody hell. They won 1-0 though, Brazil.
Yes, 1-0.
With 10 men.
Yeah, it was weird because they scored like 46th minute and then he was sent off 48th minute. And then they rolled around for about 25 minutes.
Okay, let's go through the team news. So Craig's into the Copa America. They're into the semi-finals now then, Brazil, I think.
Yeah, they are.
Czech Republic, Vaklic, Kufal, Celestica, Kalas, Borrell, Holes, Sushek, Masopust, Barak, Sevcik, and Schick, who have, if he scores today, levels up with Ronaldo on the Golden Boot positions. Denmark, Schmeichel, Christensen, Kjaer, Vestergaard, Larsen, Højbjerg, Delaney, Mail, Braithwaite, Dolberg, and Damsgaard. So they've gone no Poulsen again. He is fit enough to be on the bench. He wasn't on the bench last time, but he's not fit enough to start. Damsgaard, Dolberg, Braithwaite, Delaney, Højbjerg, Mail, Larsen, Vestergaard, Kjaer, Christensen, and Schmeichel. So yeah, I don't know whether I've gone with 1-1 and an extra time with this one. What do you think, Craig?
2-0 Denmark, and I'm going Kasper Dolberg to score one of them. I've been very impressed by him. I'll be honest, I'd seen him at Ajax, but I hadn't really followed him when he went to Nice. But he's looked decent since he's come in, and Poulsen obviously picked up an injury. I like the cut of his jib, as they say, Mark. He looks like a good young player.
Arjen says Yaremchuk scores the winner for Ukraine. You read it here first. Yeah, and I've read it there last because that's a load of shit. You can get that sort of crap talk out of the chat. None of this Ukraine stuff. If I tell you what, if you're tuning in later for my meltdown as we go out to Ukraine, you're in for a very, very disappointing Saturday night. I tell you, I've already had it. Jordan off United Stand, Welsh, messaged me first thing this morning with praying hands and a Ukraine flag. You know what? I was very X-rated what I sent back to him. It wasn't quite a dick pic, but it was pretty. It was pretty X-rated. I'll tell you that.
I was on the phone to Drawty just before the stream, and he was telling me Jordan was in his messages as well, warning him just in case, be ready. So yeah, I mean, I fully expect Jordan sitting at home with a voodoo doll of you at this point, mate. And I love Jordan. Big up Jordan.
Get down to the cinema and turn your phone off, and then come into your house. Don't put the telly on, go to sleep, and then just wake up tomorrow morning and try and avoid all the news, because there is absolutely not a chance that England are not going to beat Ukraine tonight. No way. The only way that we'd lose this game is if there's German referees cheating, giving out red cards and stuff like that.
I want to just answer the super chat that's on the screen there, if I may. I think it's very good business by United. Sancho, good signing. Varane, exactly what you need. CDM, yes, you need it, because let's be honest, Fred is awful. And it would really push you guys right up into the mix as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I know we spoke a while ago, Mark, and you said you think there's still a bit of work to be done before United are up there with Liverpool, City, Chelsea. I think those three positions sorted could give you that depth. And meanwhile, though, we're just sitting on our hands as Liverpool fans, just watching the days go by.
I tell you what, I'm loving all this anti-English Ukraine love. I tell you what, it's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. You're gonna get. Don't watch the stream. All I'm gonna say is, please don't watch the stream tonight if you're not an English fan, because
there's got to be Ukrainian children everywhere now getting GoFundMe pages set up, just in case.
Man, I can't believe it. 25 grand that's up to now.
I mean, look, we said we don't like to see a child upset. It's wrong. It is just plain wrong that somebody said about GoFundMe. I mean, one, let's be honest, if they can afford to go to the game, probably not short of a bob or two. Fair enough to say. And look,
what are we doing now? I'll tell you what.
Send her a shirt or something, a signed England shirt or something.
When I was bloody Sports Day 10 and Jimmy Woolley beat me, I couldn't beat him and I was crying. And, where's my GoFundMe page then? Oh, I came second in a bloody running race. make me a millionaire. I mean, I tell you what, if she's got 25 grand, like I said on Twitter, Arsenal fans would be billionaires if we did it for them. Imagine how much they've been through.
I got on this stream a couple of minutes before you when I was chatting with Ryan, and I seen the wash and go thing, and there was tears coming down my face. Where's my, go fund Craig?
I tell you what makes me laugh. Yeah, you do look very on your own over that side. You've got nothing. I've got wash and go. I've got the 451k. What have you got? Denmark, which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Denmark on my side.
Love Denmark.
I've got to be Czech Republic. But I just find it hilarious. This is what I was on about the other day, though. This is why I am a new man. This is why it's the new England. This is the winning England we've got on this side. This is the confident England. None of this crap. 30 years of hurt. It's not 30. It's 55 years of hurt, actually. 55 years of being absolutely bantered, right? 55 years of being knocked out every tournament on penalties or some dodgy decision or whatever like that. We finally beat Germany. What do? We set up a GoFundMe page. They beat us more times than anybody. We finally beat the shits. And what do? We it's just typical of us. Did Germany set anything up for us when no, because they were partying in the street going up yours, the English. What do? We lose to the Germans. We set up a bloody GoFundMe. Perennial losers. Absolute banter. Absolute banter. I can't believe there is a GoFundMe page for a child crying about a football team that's been very successful going out. And I tell you what, it's character building anyway. I think it's the brilliant thing about football is that, it actually teaches you a lot of things about life. Failure, success, disappointment, anticipation.
I know actually Jurgen Klopp said to the Liverpool players when they lost against Real Madrid in the Champions League final, remember this moment, remember this feeling. You don't want it again. And we went and won it the next year. You have to. It is character building. You're right. And look, again, nobody likes to see a child upset. Of course we don't. But I mean, if that was, I'd be pinching my child if the camera was on and cry, you little bastard.
But mate, don't worry. If we lose tonight, I'm gonna stick a pin in my arse or something, and something's gonna make me cry because I'm like, I might have like 1.2 million viewers again. Imagine if everyone gives me £1.
Keep underselling yourself there, mate. You're doing yourself have 100,000.
Imagine that though. Tonight, Ukraine beat England. I'm absolutely crying my eyes out. Right? Oh, what's that? A link to a GoFundMe page in the description. I can't believe it. There's a GoFundMe page description. It's ruined my life. GoFundMe. Everybody give me £1. I might make $1 million.
Another $1 million.
I wish I had a bloody million. But it's just a joke, isn't it? What world do we live in now? What world do we live in?
It's the priorities, mate. When there's food banks in England. In need, and you've got like Marcus Rashford and football clubs doing great work, and trying to help out local communities, and that 20 grand could have gone a long way to mental health charities and a lot of stuff like that.
Well, it's like you're walking down. We all see it: Manchester, London, Birmingham, wherever. You're walking down to your local train station. There's some person on the street who's, for whatever reason, they're on the streets. Maybe they're from an abusive background. Maybe it's drug addiction, alcohol addiction. Maybe life's just not gone the way it wanted, and they're on the streets. Can I have a couple of quid for a cup of tea? Wait a minute, I'm just doing a GoFundMe thing. Tenner to this German girl who's crying. Oh, I haven't got any change, mate. Do you take direct debit? Do I look like I've got a bank account? No. Yeah, sorry, I've got no change. I've just given it to this German girl who's crying. It's just totally immoral. Totally immoral. I cannot believe that. I can believe anything. My kids are on TikTok and stuff, and they show me some of the clips of people that are doing, like, a girl who likes to pick, cut herself and then pick just so she can pick her own scabs and stuff like that. Just weird world we live in that we get exposed to. But I tell you what, a GoFundMe page for a person who's crying, I don't care what your age, because your team's been knocked out. I tell you what, no, not for me. Not for me.
Did you, I was looking at that game last night and I got it wrong. I went for Belgium. You went for Italy. But I have to say, mate, if you get Italy in the final, if you get there, it's going to take one mammoth performance because they looked impressive.
Italy?
Yeah, they look good.
It's the final I want, It's a difficult final for me because I do like Italy, but I do get. I wanted them to win last night, and but I do think in the final I'll find them quite infuriating because they do know how to play the ref and everything. But to be fair, Italy if England weren't in this tournament, I'd be very excited about Italy. I think they've been the best team in the tournament. They played the best football. They've got the best manager. His tactics are fantastic. They've got a ridiculously good depth of squad.
Team spirit, fantastic.
Yeah, I'd keeper is fantastic. Yeah, I think they've. But it's the final I want because I think I don't like Belgium. I thought the way Belgium played against Portugal again last night, they're just on the break. They're just on the break, merchants. That's what they are. And Doku was very impressive, and I thought De Bruyne was good for an hour. But I'm glad Belgium are out. And also that so many Belgian players have played in the Premier League. There's not many Italians who've played in the Premier League, and I think that makes it. If it happens, look, we're taking the. I'm taking liberties here because England are only in the quarterfinals. But if it is an England-Italy final, I think it's perfect. It's a little bit like Brazil playing, Germany. It's a complete contrast in, football because Serie A is very insular and the Premier League is quite insular. So it's be a very interesting final if that happens. But I'm looking, Italy, Spain, they're not in the final yet.
That's a great semi-final, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very look. One thing that's impressed me the most about Italy is the tempo that they've played at and kept at. They swarmed all over Belgium last night, and Insigne from outside the box. I mean, some of us had that at 16-1. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah.
But they're just so good. Is it Berardi or Locatelli who's out? I keep forgetting which one's done his tendon.
Spinazzola.
Oh, Spinazzola, sorry. Yeah, he's out for a few months now, apparently.
Yeah, and he was my my player of the tournament. So, yeah, I did feel sorry for him, especially when he was crying. Let's get him a GoFundMe page. Actually, it matters to him. He's the player of the tournament. He's out in the quarterfinals and he snapped his Achilles tendon. Let's get him a GoFundMe page. That was a great idea. Come on. Let's do it.
Let's get him a player of the tournament page. We'll just buy him the trophy and give it to him.
And just on that, you know what? I know some people reacted to it very, very badly, but at the end of the day, I don't think she should have been filmed on the BBC or ITV, whoever it was anyway. That's the issue. She should, people are doing stuff in the, we home in on these attractive women all the time. I don't know why we're doing that. Why are we not homing in on attractive men? Not that I want to look at attractive men, but
mate, to be fair, look on the screen right now. Do you know what I mean? As much tits and ass as any female out there can handle. Do you know what I mean? They've got the B-Tech Vin Diesel here, and I don't know who you want to call yourself, but there is,
DiCaprio in glasses, I think, is probably about right.
2 solid hours of too much machismo for the average human being to handle.
Forza Ukraine, says Ewan Black. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Tell your friends to come along. Because I tell you what, the 3 Lions are roaring tonight. They're roaring in Rome. You know what? In the old Colosseums of Rome town, the Lions used to sleep tonight, tucking into gladiators that thought they could beat them. The Lions are back. The Lions are back in Rome tonight, and they've got a very good history. And I tell you what, they're hungry. They're hungry. These Lions are hungry, and they're ready. They're going back. Not hungry, the team, they're out. They're hungry for Rome. They're coming back to the Colosseum. But it's not the Colosseum, it's a football ground. But the Lions will roar tonight, and they're going to feast on this Ukrainian side.
I can already hear the German referees now in the dressing room.
Way. What?
I can hear them in the dressing room going, ha, England, ha, England, ha. They've got, everybody has a red card. They've got loads of them, spare ones in their back pockets and everything ready for England tonight.
Oh, the Germans, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Sancho's starting tonight.
There you go. One move sorted out and already Southgate's going, I better play him now. Oh, I'm in trouble here. I better play him.
You're a Premier League player now. I better pick you. I don't watch Bundesliga, but now you're playing in the Premier League. You must be good. If Man United want you, you must be good. You're automatically better than Saka now. Get back on the bench, Saka. You're just an Arsenal player. He plays for United. He must be better than you.
What about Foden and Mount? Because I'm waiting to put a little, my little bet on, and I'm waiting to see if Foden starts.
No, I think it's Mount. Foden won't start. I think Grealish is on the bench again as well, which is ridiculous for me. But
you've got to have a word there, mate. I'm expecting a text message at some point from you in the game there, telling Southgate he's on his last chance.
I've given Southgate the night off. I've given him so much shit over the last 2 weeks. I feel that I can't. If he loses tonight, he's getting absolutely wrecked on my match reaction. But I'm actually low key backing Southgate at the moment. I'm fully.
Very
I've got
low
flags. I've got flags coming out my arse. I've got them on the car. I've got them on the fence. I've got them on the roof. I've got them on my bed. It's all the way. It's coming out.
Kids were asleep. I was painting their face.
But no, I think we'll be all right tonight. I think we'll be all right. I think it'll only be 2-0 to England, but I do think we'll be all right. I mean, I'm not disrespecting Ukraine. We're just going to beat them. It's called confidence. You know what? This is what I mean. It's the New England. None of this bloody just giving shit. This is the New England. It's English efficiency. Do you think the Germans play Ukraine in the quarterfinals and go, "Oh, it's a difficult game. Oh, I don't know." They go, "No, let's just beat them. We're better than."
Do you know what I want to know? How many bottles of Wash and Go could 25 grand buy?
A lot, probably about 21,000 because it's very cheaply priced. It's a very, very, very good offer for Wash and Go. Check the link in the video description. No
point in checking anything to do with me, folks. They hate me. Confirmed.
Yeah, we are sponsored by Wash and Go today. It's on my side because obviously I've got this is basically what's got me the deal. This glorious head of hair. Absolutely glorious. Washed with Wash and Go 2-in-1. Shampoo and conditioner. Out the shower.
Dipped in
bit
a
of a
deep
towel
fryer,
dry.
is it?
To get this
olive oil.
To get this look, get yourself down a hairdresser, right? Every man Sally Hall. That's a shaved line, number 2 all around the sides, and then about an inch of length. Craig, you'll know about that. And
mate, I can dream of an inch.
And then Wash and Go in the shower, 2-in-1 conditioner, out the shower, towel dry, and then some wet look gel. Just threw it there, down on the sides, and that's what it is.
What about the makeup though? I mean,
makeup. What makeup? I don't wear makeup. No, you look like you wear makeup. You can see where the line is.
Look at this skin. Do you know what I mean? I should be on every Isle of Yule ad or whatever they're called these days.
He's only 62.
Look at Graham Souness. Do you know what I mean? All I need is the new naturals.
Tell you what, he wears a bit of makeup.
He owns a fake tan bed, definitely. He's definitely doing 15 minutes every day. He's looking magnificent.
He does look well. He had a heart attack when he was about 42, didn't he, or something like that?
He looks brilliant. He looks really, really good. I was really happy to see him recently, how well he was looking.
We're nearly at kick-off. We will not have the timer on this one, but we will have the timer on the obviously on the England game. Make sure you tune in for that one, by the way. Look at my Instagram post. Oh, you're not on Instagram, are you? If you're not, what a picture!
I am on Instagram, mate. I feel the 40k followers. We are doing all right. We do exist.
At Goldbridge Mark on Instagram. I'm very proud of that picture. It's almost studio photograph quality. I'm in an England top. It does reference it's coming home, but it's an absolutely fantastic picture. A little bit disappointed that nobody good has. Oh, Rory's giving it a like, but I normally get like Jack Mate, maybe True Geordie or someone like that. But they're probably just jealous.
Are they football types or these lads are Jack Mate, True Geordie? Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, you can give me a follow on Instagram at Goldbridge Mark, 190,000 followers.
You can give me a follow on, OnlyFans at official Craig Holden.
The picture of Souness in his attic is not looking so well these days. It's temporary, and I don't know what that's all about. What do you think of Ireland's rugby team today? I didn't even know they played, Jared. He's asking Craig anyway.
I know the under-20s lost a Triple Crown to England the other day, but that's about as far as I know about rugby. I'm not a huge rugby fan. I do. I like the rugby, but I don't know I don't really follow rugby. You like it, and anybody will pay you to comment on, mate. Do you know what I mean? Chess. Oh, me and Kasparov, best mates. Us.
I am quite good at chess as well. Paul Pogba's got a picture with Dybala. Well, they're mates.
I've seen that, touching fingers. I've seen that, yeah.
Used to play with each other on a pitch. Come on. They're footballers, Craig. Come on.
We're more highbrow than that. I'm not.
We're better than that. Who do we think's going to win? Well, Craig's gone 2-0 to Denmark. I've actually gone 1-1 extra time. I hope Denmark do win, but I think it will be.
Lovely gesture here, by the way, mate. Signed shirt for Ericsson from the Czech players. Top class.
Yeah, that's the second team to do that, isn't it?
It's lovely. I've seen Ericsson out and about, by the way. Did you see the picture? Yeah, you met some young guy at the beach, and the young guy got a picture with him, looking well. Great to see Christian out and about.
I wonder if he's going to play again, actually. That'd be the interesting thing going forward, won't it?
I don't. Do you know what? If it was me, and of course I haven't got his mentality and mindset, but I'd be too scared. Even with the pacemaker, I'd just be. I'd barely leave the house, mate. I would. Do you know what I mean? I'd be walking around 15 Fitbits on my arm at all times.
Thing is, he's got to maintain a level of fitness, hasn't he? Because he's a sportsman. So I don't know. There's a level of fitness though in this football fitness, isn't there? Luxury YouTube says without Spinazzola, Italy will be massively weakened. Their right side is flat, left side was where everything came from. Emerson will not give the same attacking threat. England will be okay. And Cameron says, I think he'll carry on like Daley Blind, which Daley Blind did, of course. So make sure you subscribe, everyone, and smash a like on the video. We're about to kick off with the third quarterfinal. Obviously, the biggest one is tonight when England beat Ukraine, but this is still a big game to play England in the semi-final, Denmark and Czech Republic. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, I do think England have to get to the final of this tournament, but I would be nervous about Denmark. Where's this being played then? Again, it's quite an empty stadium again. It's Baku, isn't it?
Isn't this Baku, is it?
Yeah. I'd have thought there'd be more fans there for this.
It's a beautiful. There was a lovely aerial shot of it a few minutes ago, right by the sea. It looks like a cracking place. Man, I really want to visit Baku after what I've seen. It looks gorgeous.
Couple of super chats just before we kick off. Any luck with happy hour, Craig, and predictions for this game? I think Czechs 2-1 because of our two Czech lads at West Ham, Kufel and Souček, says Connor. And it's a shame Holland didn't make it because they were planning to boycott Baku. Azerbaijan illegally holds and tortures American prisoner of wars, free Armenian prisoner of war. It's best of fan channels. I don't know whether that's true about Holland, but thanks for the super chats. Craig is the voice to listen to. Bo Selector Bear is daft, says Alan Deacon. We have kicked off. I will sink in. We've just hit 20 seconds. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we're 30 seconds in.
And in answer to the super chat, no, I've retired from officially begging Jack Mate to bring me on the podcast.
I'm seeing him next week. I will mention you.
No, you won't. Let's be honest. You'll have completely forgotten about me by that point.
I'm too busy talking about myself. At least I'm honest.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's one of the reasons I like you, mate. I like the honesty.
I will not. I'm very humble, actually. Oh no, early injury here. I'll be all right.
I tell you what, their manager looks like a bit of a header, doesn't he?
Yeah. You've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defend and attack. There's only one way to get them. Get round the back. We're singing.
What's the matter? You got no respect.
Don't be so disrespectful with your Italian songs. I know what you're doing. You're trying a lot. To be honest, though, I know a lot of Irish people, and Italy has always been a club for some reason that they. It might be the Pope thing. Catholicism.
It's the chippers. It's the chippers. 100%. It's the takeaways. 100%, mate. They gave us the best chippers in the world over in Ireland. God bless the Italians.
I doubt this is the real one, but Durex are saying, "Can we sponsor you, please?"
Honestly, just.
Craig could put one on his head. We could have that on that side.
I've had the snip, mate, so I don't need them. So you can stick them.
He needs something for his. He needs something for his head. But look,
if you've got some numbing gel or something, we'll take a little bit.
Mate, I tell you what, there's some cracking products in that area now. You know, flavoured sensations, all sorts. Not that I know anything about the sensations because I'm.
Why did I think walkers when you said sensations?
Because you're not getting a lot of sex. When you think about sensations, you're thinking about what you're putting in your mouth and not. I
have my two kids, and I went and got fixed, so I'm good.
Yeah, you can tell Craig's not getting enough action. I say sensations around condoms, and he thinks about a packet of crisps.
It's all right, Sabrina. You can get up now, love.
We're 3 minutes in and 5 seconds. Hopefully this is the start of what's going to be a very good day, because I tell you what, I don't want to be doing that Twitch bloody Euro chat at 11 o'clock on Goldbridge TV. See what I did there?
I've seen it.
Depressed because we've lost to Ukraine. That's got to be. By that time, I want to be. I've had so much beer. I'm on the whiskey. At 11 o'clock tonight, I want to be on the whiskey. Maybe a big cigar.
It won't matter, mate. Everybody be watching Fabrizio anyway. You're irrelevant at this point on Twitch.
Whatever.
Another Italian. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's all Italian now. We're all loving the Italians.
Fabrizio can only tell the same story a million times once. So many times before people get bored. What's happening with Varane? Watch this space. Varane loves Manchester United. Manchester United love Varane. It's close, but not close enough. It's going to be negotiations with Real Madrid. Anyone else want an update from Fabrizio? Ask me about Mbappe to Liverpool.
Mark, any story with Mbappe to Liverpool?
I'm not Mark. I'm Fabrizio. Right. Well, no. He is in love with Madrid. And Madrid is in love with Mbappe, but they can't afford it. So next season, he will go for free. He will not sign a new contract with PSG. If you want any more updates from Fabrizio, ask me in the live chat. I've got a super chat here. Jim White or Ben White, please act an interview between them. I don't know what Ben White speaks like, Goyrick. I mean, I imagine I don't know what he looks like, Ben White.
I imagine if he's going to go to Arsenal, he probably speaks fluent, bang average, even though he's a good footballer. I think somebody else is in for him now, though, isn't there? It was competition. Was it Everton? I think it was Everton, actually. I think Rafa won 1-0.
Yes, it's Denmark. It's Delaney. 1-0 to Denmark. I tell you what, I did not.
Tell me we're not impacting the Euros, mate. Delaney there with the header. Come on, that's as Irish as it gets.
Irish. Ireland won. Now, I will come back to that question about Koundé in a minute, but we've got an early goal here. I tell you what, I do like an early goal. We got one yesterday, and we've got one here.
Here's the ball in. Oh, how is he that unmarked? Look at him. He's on his own.
Dodgy from Czech Republic.
Good header from that distance out, but my God.
Euros quarter-final, you stood there in the penalty box with a free header. You'd just be like, this is what it's all about. He's almost got time to go, get the picture out, get the phone out. Look at it. He can film himself doing it. Instagram live story. Woo.
I thought he was going to go like somewhere the keeper a point where he was going to head it. No.
Yeah. You can even almost point to his wife on the telly. Don't forget the frozen chips tonight for the pizza. Whoosh. He had so much time there. Czech Republic. Oh, dear.
I must be a bit ahead of you, I think. Am I?
Yeah, you probably need to pause for about 2 seconds.
So the ball's just rolling out now for a throw-in.
Yeah, you're about 2 seconds. I think you're only about 2 seconds when you said goal, and then I saw it. So,
yeah, have to pause it there.
I'm
loving all the Danish gear during this Euros. I love a bit of Hummel. I love a bit of the old-fashioned stuff.
Yeah. And I'll just give you the Fabrizio update on Koundé. Someone said Koundé to Spurs. Spurs is in love with Koundé, but he would rather eat his own ass than go and play for Spurs because he's ambitious. Just realised what I just said. I don't know where these words come from sometimes. I definitely need to use that on a better stream than this. He'd rather eat his own ass. I've never heard that before. I'm sure someone said it. It's a very good line. Updates on Arsenal transfers. He'd have to be... I tell you what, he's very flexible, Koundé, and he's very quick. I don't think he'd be able to quite do that. But
yeah, a couple of ribs removed needed there, I think, mate.
Thoughts on Columbus Crew? They've got some fantastic MLS players, as I said yesterday. I can't remember the names of them because I was reading it off a
I was going to wear that shirt today, but there's a bit of yellow in it, and I thought it might react with the green screen.
Yeah, you can't do it. It's like the old... let me get him.
Oh, here comes the wash and go bottles, folks.
Wash and go. Look, I've got... The great thing about being sponsored by Wash and Go with a green screen is that you just can't... look, I could cover my face up.
I've often thought about just coming on in a green suit and just being a floating head for the stream.
Move my head around. Woo! Wash and Go, links in the video description. But yeah, if you wear anything green or even yellow gets lost in a green screen as well.
Another corner here. Let's see if they actually remember how to mark.
It's like watching United, this Czech defence. And it comes again. Oh, he's won it that time.
I was on an Everton channel the other day, and the Blue Boys Network asked me to come on to talk about Benitez, and I said, mate, first and foremost, enjoy zonal marking. You better get used to it because you're going to be putting up with it. I don't like zonal marking one bit, by the way. Mm-mm.
No, I hate it. We do it at United. Erling Haaland. There's no Erling Haaland update from Fabrizio Romano, but is he live every night on Twitch now then?
I don't know. I don't have Twitch. I just know because I've seen the announcements. I don't use Twitch. Turned them down, mate, didn't I? Do you know what I mean? Staying loyal to the YouTube audience. Now, look, you're a gamer. Completely different scenario. But for me, it just doesn't make sense.
No, they're trying to get into the old sports thing, though, aren't they? But
I know they reversed the truck up to the gaff with the money. I said, get out. I'm on a $5 a day at Goldbridge. Don't need it. Piss off.
Daniel Craig says, keep up the good work, Craig. Who's the other guy? Can we block?
Thanks,
we block
Mr. Bond.
Person? Can we block that person? I know he's just paid a $5, but he's paid a $5, so he's from the UK. What
James
sort of
Bond, mate?
What sort of prat do you have to be from the UK and not know who I am? Come on. Verified now. People like that really piss me off. I hate it when people don't know who I am. You know, when I walk into a pub and people don't just stand up and applaud or something, or boo, or go get out, you wanker.
The one that gets me is when I have to walk on the pavement without rose petals. Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen Coming to America?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I want my life to be. His Zamunde side. That's kind of how I want my life to be. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. Now catch the hit you and hurt you, defend and attack. There's only one way to hit them, get round the back. We're singing for England. You're meant to go England. A song.
Not a hope.
We're singing for England.
Wash and go.
Wash, yeah, that's fine. We're singing. Wash will go. I love this. We're singing for England.
Wash and go.
We're singing the song. We're singing for England.
2-in-1.
Arrivederci, it's 2-in-1. Hey, that would have worked a lot better. I'm getting goosebumps to that.
Still not a drop of the stuff going my way.
Wash and go are loving this. They're like, oh my God. It's like the two Ronnies. We found the perfect duo. The ironic nature of, you bring the visual comedy because people are like, why is he involved in a hair product? It's like Right Said Fred.
I'm too sexy for the stream. Too sexy
I tell you what, I love that Only Fools and Horses episode where he's at the bar, Del Boy, with Rodney, and he turns round and this girl's there and she's got a big cleavage. And he goes, bloody hell, I thought Right Said Fred had walked in.
Don't you crap on my style.
People won't know who Right Said. This is an age thing, though. People won't know who Right Said Fred are.
There were a couple of legends.
Think of Craig times 2 singing a song going, deeply dip. No, they didn't. They said, I'm too sexy for... Yeah.
I'm your man. You're my Lois Lane, oh, my love. See? I can't make head nor tail of passion. See? I remember it.
Remember it. You're a bloody tribute act.
Wrong said Fred.
Yeah, wrong said Fred. Corner to Czech Republic headed away. Early goal to Denmark, which I think opens this game up absolutely fantastic. Good to see. Because it's been quite an equal game. Although he's through.
Oh!
He's in!
Oh!
He's in! Oh! Tell you what, it's a good game, this.
I tell you what, you can't sleep on Denmark in the semis if they get through.
I know it's a scouting mission. They'll be good. They'll be a good team. England could easily lose to Denmark, definitely. Not Ukraine, but definitely Denmark. I think what will happen with Denmark, though, they'll just get overwhelmed by the Wembley crowd. All that coming home and we're singing for England. Do, 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 do.
One look at Rob Beckett and they'll cry. Czech Republic haven't really got into this game yet, have they?
No, they haven't. Although they've had a couple of crosses coming in, to be fair. Thanks everyone for tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right. Oh, that's a handball, ref.
That's a handball, yeah.
I think he's playing basketball there. What's he on with? What's he on with? Now then. That's not good. It's going to come. He's going to Rome to come home. I agree.
It's going to be. I'm very intrigued now to see how you guys get on with this rather than going to Rome. See if that German game took a lot psychologically and physically out of the squad. Although, to be fair, you do have a good squad to rotate.
Yeah, they've got thanks, Strawty, in the chat. Sorry, I for some reason on StreamYard it won't let me do it. Yeah, I mean that could be an issue, really. That could be an issue because obviously we haven't got the home crowd, and I don't know who's going to be at Rome because you can't really travel from England. So I don't know whether they can travel from the Ukraine. Nick P says, keep the great word, lads, and who knows what contracts you might get. Next step, Head and Shoulders. Hey, we don't talk about Head and Shoulders on here.
Never heard of them. Frauds.
Never. What is that? Is that the thing on your neck and on your top of your body? Never heard. No, I've heard of Wash and Go, 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. A very reasonably priced. Link in the video description. Never heard of that other lot. Mark, do you know Zuma had more goals than Martial in the Premier League last season, mate? Seasons are full of that sort of nonsense. There's all sorts of. Did you know Arsenal finished 8th and Manchester United finished 2nd last season? I mean, I'd rather not go digging for silly little stats. Matt says that Czech Republic were robbed. How unfair. I think there was a bit of a debate about whether it was actually a corner. Craig looks like Max from Phoenix Knights. Go get a goatee. You ever watch Phoenix Knights?
Weirdly, no, but I do love Peter Kay. So
yeah, you should
weird
watch
that it happened.
Yeah. Have you watched Max and Paddy?
Nope.
Yeah, you need to watch Phoenix Knights and then watch.
I've watched Car Share, which is really good.
Oh no, you'd love Max and Paddy's fantastic, and obviously Phoenix Knights is very good. I haven't watched Phoenix Knights. You know, like you have comedies and you watch them loads. Like I watched The Office and Alan Partridge and Only Fools and Horses. I don't know whether it's because Phoenix Knights isn't. I don't know. It's not on Netflix and it's not on Amazon Prime. And I don't know where you get to watch Phoenix Knights actually, but it's very good.
I knew you didn't have those cards, Boise, because they weren't the cards that I dealt you.
Yeah. We're singing for.
I've seen clips of it, all right, and the clips I've seen have been quite funny.
Oh, half a chance there for Delaney again. He would have been on hat trick if he'd scored that.
This first 16 minutes has flown by.
Yeah. Early goal, you see, just makes the game better.
I do you know what, mate? Me and you have to go out in a karaoke session someday. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That has to be content. Can you imagine it? The internet would break.
We'd get done for copyright strikes there, wouldn't we? Because we'd just be
good. Out and about, we'll film a fucking copyright. We'll take the hit. We'll start a random channel just for that thing. It'll have 100k subs by the end of the video anyway. I need full dance routines and everything. Cat suits, everything. The whole lot.
I'm actually doing a series with Wash and Go. I mean, I can actually announce it whilst we're live here, actually, because I'm actually doing a series with Wash and Go over the next couple of months that might be quite interesting, actually. We might ask you to come on.
I swear that you just bring me on to torture me. I swear that's the only reason I'm here.
I haven't decided that I do need 6 guests, and I haven't decided who it's going to be yet. And
you can't afford me. I'm going to just say that straight up front.
I've got €5. I can break into the wallet for that. Sync, we're on 17 minutes and 32 seconds. 17 minutes and 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 17 minutes and 40. And if you're watching on RTE, what are you on?
I don't know. I'm just going to ask you where you are, what's exactly happening in the game.
Just tackled on the edge of the box.
So now number 6.
Yeah.
Overlap.
Yeah. Plays it into the box. I think we're about right.
Good stuff. Yeah, RTE, I can't give you a sync because I paused it, so it'd be pointless. We're at 18 minutes.
Yes. So they've lost 6 seconds already on reality. I can't believe they've not fixed their clock, though. Do you think they just did it for the banter?
I think they're just cheapskates, mate, to be honest with you.
They bought the time and we're sticking with it.
The funny thing is, though, when it gets into additional time and stuff, or extra time, the bottom of the screen, the clock's right. So they have 2 clocks. They have one in the top, one in the bottom, and the bottom clock is spot on.
It's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely ridiculous. How can that's football? Tell me this, Craig. How can that's football have an act? Well, no, we haven't got one. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was going to say, how can our timer be right? We haven't got one. But we do have a timer on the north when we're on our own, and it's right.
We often get asked about it. It is amazing how difficult it is when you use an OBS or something to get a timer that counts up and not down.
Yeah, I can't get one that does 90 minutes.
Connor had to code theirs.
There you go. Riley Boyd says that evening lads, just want to say I've seen the abuse you've gotten today, Craig. They are the minority. Keep going. You two are brilliant. I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it, Craig, because I don't actually read a lot of Twitter. I go on there, I post my stuff, I interact with people I like with, and I don't read the replies and I don't read the shit.
Just go on, look at the blue tick, smile, and just put the phone back down.
Well, sometimes I'll just tweet something that will wind the fuckers up. I mean, the amount of people who've gone, I can't believe he's verified, and I'm like, yes, good night.
I'm an emotional person on and off streams. I take a lot of stuff to heart, and I know everyone says that don't react, don't do it, but I'm like you, but different in that I hate bullies. I can't stand them. I hate them, and I want to stand up to them, and I want to front up to them. But the right thing to do is what yourself and Drawdy and everybody else has advised me to do, which is ignore them. But I do feel shit. I am emotional.
Yeah, well, you know what? The thing is that you have the silent majority behind you anyway, because nice people don't tend to go on Twitter looking to give people praise. They just watch it and get on with their lives. It's the bitter bastards that do it.
Hey, look, I've had lots of love from obviously Anfield agenda people and that's football people, and it's helped. So thank you to everyone. But this is why I enjoy coming on here. Distraction, fun, me and you. I get to realise how irrelevant I really am in this world, and that the trolls aren't important because, I don't have wash and go gigs. I don't have happy hour appearances. They're not begging me to go on the kickoff. Football clubs aren't asking me to come down and, train with the women's team and give a bit of a speech. I mean, I'm sure Southgate probably asked you for a Zoom call before the game, a little bit of inspiration. It's not what a harp sounds like. It's not what a violin sounds like.
It's called our tune in England. Simon Bates used to do it on Radio 2, and there'd be a story like this. It'd be like that tune that would click in, and I used to have to turn the radio off. Good save by Schmeichel there. I used to have to turn the radio off because Simon Bates had come on the radio and he'd go, Craig and Dawn had been childhood sweethearts. They met when they were 8 at primary school, and by the time they were 18, they were happily married, living their dream life. Little Johnny followed after that, and you're like, this is going to end in tears, and it always does. One day they were driving home, turned the radio off. You knew where it was going to go, and it's like Craig, isn't it? Exactly the same. Craig has a successful Liverpool channel, but he hasn't got on the Happy Hour podcast or the Kickoff. He hasn't been verified on Twitter, and he hasn't got up 1 million subscribers. Boo fucking who. Get your head down.
Boo hoo, man, you say?
Boo hoo. You have to pick everything. But get your head down. Carry on to what you're doing. You'll be fine. Spinazzola. Think of Spinazzola. You selfish shit. Think of Spinazzola. He's got the world at his feet, and now his Achilles tendons.
I'm working for a GoFundMe page here. Will you shut up? I'm pinching me nuts here, trying to get the tears to flow down. I feel like I'm definitely ready for Britain's Got Talent or an Ireland's Got Talent audition at this point. The sob story down to a T. You have to have it. It's part of the deal. Do you know what I mean? Where do you rate Kasper Schmeichel in the old goalkeeper stakes? Now, obviously, he's a son of a Manchester United goalkeeping legend, but I mean, I have to say, I really like the lad.
Kasper Schmeichel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he wasn't the son of And I nearly said the son of Christ. He's not the son of Christ. If he wasn't the son of Peter Schmeichel, I mean, Peter Schmeichel's a very good goalkeeper, but he's definitely not Christ. If he wasn't the son of Peter Schmeichel, I think he'd probably have a bigger respect than he actually gets, because I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. But I think maybe maybe it's an experiment in being the son of somebody, because, Peter Schmeichel's probably the best goalkeeper in Premier League history. But I think Kasper Schmeichel's a fantastic goalkeeper in his own right, 100%.
He's not the Messiah.
Denmark's on fire, says Cassian. Well, I don't think this is over. 23 minutes gone. Czech Republic looking good.
Ireland 1, Czech Republic 0.
Delaney. Delaney said, "There's more to Ireland than this. I'm going to play for Denmark."
I could think I can only play 33 in the third minute.
Yeah. "There's more to Ireland than this. I'm going to go over the sea and play for Denmark." Hee.
Oh, God almighty.
"There's more to Ireland than this." Czechs are growing into the game, says Raz. Plenty of time. I said 1-1. What did you say? 2-0?
2-0 Denmark.
Darren G says Irish people don't sound like that. But mate, I lived there for 3 years. I'm just having a bit of laugh. You speak in lots of... The great thing about Ireland is it's got lots of different accents.
I think I can speak very confidently on knowing what Irish people sound like. So, yeah, I think I can...
Cork is totally different to Dublin.
Oh,
Kerry is different to Galway. You're joking. I used to be able to do I haven't lived there for a long time, but I used to be able to. Look, I'm so good at mimicking accents that when I lived in Ireland, I'd only lived there a year, and I'd go back to like Nottingham to see my family at Christmas, and I'd be like, "What's the story?" And I get a pint and be like, "Thanks a million." Things I'd never ever really understood what they meant before I lived in Ireland. Like, when I first moved over to Ireland, people would say, "What's the story?" And I'd be like, "What are you on about? There is no story."
Or in Dublin, we'd shorten that just down to story.
Starry. What's the starry? Which means how are you, basically. Thanks a million means thank you. I don't know why they say thanks a million, but there you go. So I even worked with a guy in Ireland who had a stutter, and I used to stutter back at him.
I'm the same. If I went up to Northern Ireland for a weekend, I'd come back with the twang immediately. If I'm up in Dundalk, I'd be going around going, "I am, so I am. I'm the gaffer." Still full on Steve Staunton.
Luke Jones says, "I really rate the song Sunday Bloody Sunday. It really encapsulates the frustration of a Sunday." Yeah. Classic Alan Partridge, which is what I was quoting before, if you know. There's more to Ireland than this, which is from that very same episode. It's like he cracks the joke about the potatoes, doesn't he? Which I'm not going to do.
We all have that feeling. We wake up and we go, "Sunday, bloody Sunday." He said, "Just a little bit more than that, though, Mr. Partridge. There's a little bit more to it."
You've read the morning paper, you've cut the grass, and you think, "Sunday, bloody Sunday." Oh, they're on the attack again. Braithwaite. Oh, I'll tell you what, he hit that quite well. He's another one, isn't he? He's obviously woke up in Stoke and thought, "I want to play for Denmark." Plays for Barcelona as well. Terrible.
And while I'm at it, I'll play for Barcelona with Messi. Yeah.
Terrible shot.
Nearly knocked the stanchion down that was holding up the net.
Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen it all before. They just know. They're so sure that England's gonna throw it away, gonna blow it away. But I know they can play, 'cause I remember 3 lines on a shirt. Jules Rimet still gleaming. No more years of hurt. No more need for dreaming.
I wish Pickles never found that poxy trophy.
Sunday, why are you all mocking my name? 27 minutes and 57, 58, 59, 28 minutes. 1-0 Denmark. Yes, we'll do best striker in Premier League history at half-time. That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. We'll have to do candidates again. Denmark will be annoying to face if we go through tonight, says Orin. I mean, catch yourself on, Mark, says Oscar. Compare growth rates with That's Footballing United stand. I mean, I could do that if it was really bored.
Growth rate, you say? What's the fastest growing fan channel in the world as named in American Gambler magazine? I think you'll find that's on Field Agenda.
It's easier to, you know what I say about that? I actually, all right, I won't pay you a compliment then. Fine.
I know, you haven't done it yet, mate.
Let's talk about Wash and Go. He's blown it now. What I was going to say is Delaney could have played for USA. His dad is a Yanks, Dane Grayson. What I was going to say is it's easier. You know, like if you think about a field that's got loads of nettles, right? And a very selfless person says, I'm going to clear a path through those nettles. And they get a knife and whatever it calls.
This is a fucking compliment, is it, by the way?
It will be, yeah. They toil hard to clear a path, right? Oh, nearly. They toil hard in the hot sun and they clear a path, right? And they get through and they're exhausted and they're like, follow me. That's basically me clearing the path and then Craig walking through. You're welcome.
Yeah, walking through, paving it, making it better, safe for other people.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean? Finishing it off, doing it right.
You can pave it, you can put weed killer down and make sure that the nettles never grow back. But I hope England will lose to Southgate. I hope England will lose so Southgate will be gone, says Eugene.
He won't be gone.
He won't
no
be
matter
gone
what happens.
No, he's here now. He's beat Germany. He can live off that for another 4 years. Sources say Sancho starting tonight, says Situ. Yep. Egan says, did you just compliment yourself? Yeah, I'm very good at that. You have to do it because no one else will do it. That's what I find. How far do you think United will go in the Champions League? No, don't care. All I'm bothered about is this.
Don't make me get the trophy.
Could we please get a clock up? Not on this stream, Corey. You can't do it.
You definitely said clock, yeah? Definitely.
Yeah, Corey, I hope you meant that L. It's the only L I'm very happy to see tonight. I do not... he said, can you get a clock up? That's the only L will be happy to see tonight. Work it out for yourselves. Good spot, Craig. You can't get a clock up on this, which is a shame. The streaming service we use that allows us to easily pull in guests. Although we could have, there was a way we could have done it and pulled him into the other step, but it's just we couldn't be asked. This is easier. We both could have done it through OBS, really, actually. Could
have used Virtual Studio.
Yeah.
Shh, don't give away the trade secrets.
Yeah. I think Denmark will knock England out. Well, stop living in the future. We're living in today.
You're not. You're living in Wembley and whenever the final is in your own head.
I won't watch the final if England aren't in it. I didn't watch Czech Republic, Germany in 96. I'm not about to start watching finals that we're not in now.
So you go through the entire tournament on that football, cover every game.
Oh, I'd have to watch it on here, wouldn't I? But I'd be just not watching the game. I'd just be chatting about myself or something. Which is standard, really. France are winning the Euros. It's Justin. Somebody tell him.
Let him believe. Lump the house on it, mate.
Please smash a like on the video if you're watching and subscribe bottom right-hand corner. Sancho... I think if Sancho's starting, it's quite a surprise, really, because he's not started any games and we've just beaten Germany 2-0. So, you'd think if Saka's not playing, you might start Mount or Foden. But to bring him in, obviously wants a right winger, doesn't he? So I'd be just surprised if Grealish isn't starting. I think that's mad, really.
Yeah, I really don't understand what Grealish has to do to prove to Southgate that he's a difference maker.
How many years do you think it will be before Ireland's qualify for a major tournament again? Because you've already messed up the World Cup qualifiers, haven't you?
Pretty much. Do you know what? I'll kind of compare us to where Wales were maybe 5-6 years ago. And we're in that rebuilding phase. There are some good young players coming through. But I just hope that the FAI get it all sorted out. And, that I like Stephen Kenny. I know a lot of Irish people don't think he should have got the job. I'm all for promoting from within the FAI and the League of Ireland. So, hopefully. Anfield agenda is just a BTEC
Oh, sorry, I
red
didn't
men.
need to put that one on. I was meant to click the other one.
Anfield agenda is just a BTEC red men. Okie doke.
I didn't see.
They fucking dream about my numbers, mate. Fucking Chris sits at home wanking over my numbers.
Look at this.
If only I could have the charisma of that handsome Irish bastard.
There's no banter to be had here. He's bitten like a shark on a young seal. He's mauled it. He's mauled it. Can a shark maul? Is that right? That was a violation. Do you think Southgate will drop Kane tonight? No, he scored now.
I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. You know, I don't put my stuff behind the paywall. I'm all about the people, me.
Liverpool fan channel politics. I like both, really. I get on with all of them. I get on with everyone. Craig thoughts on Klopp going to what? Klopp's not going to Manchester. Please, England win today. I'm exhausted defending slander against Bruno, Pogba. I don't want to start defending Sancho already, says Sheikh.
Oh,
yeah, but haters. By
the way, I am only joking. Red men do good work. I don't fall out with anybody, but we are better.
The awkward silence in these streams kills Mrs. Ewan Black, and
it's Goldbridge. It's all him. I don't do silence. I've said this to him before. He likes to think he's interviewing somebody still as a detective. I come from a radio background where I don't do dead air. I need high energy.
Only very good presenters can do silence. I was told that years ago by
some other lazy bastard.
Michael Barrymore.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Oh,
not Barrymore, Parkinson. That's who I'm thinking about. Michael Barrymore.
What's a hotspot? Not.
Ain't going near my hotspot. Michael Parkinson. He said it. He didn't actually say it to me. It was on an interview with somebody else. As if I've sat and had a chat with him. He said that only the best. He's from Yorkshire. Only the best people can present and do it in silence. Michael Parkinson.
Did he do the Sean Dyche accent?
From Leeds. No, I'm from Leeds. I'm from somewhere up north anyway. Muhammad Ali.
And sign
Tell
up
me
now,
about
you get
your
this free Parker pen. That's all I remember him for now. Are those, whatever those golden age.
I take it you're very handy, Muhammad. I've heard about your boxing. You must be very handy. Michael Parkinson. Only the best interviewers.
Turned into Tyson Fury now.
Silence. What?
You turned into Tyson Fury there by the end of the conversation.
Quite happy with that. But it's a bit like my one-off Attenborough, which I just absolutely fluked, and I can never do it again. Strike it, Lucky.
That was a good show. That was a big part of my lifetime growing up, that show.
Telly Addicts. There were some cracking game shows when I was growing up. Strike It Lucky, Telly Addicts, Catchphrase, Question of Sport was good then.
We had one in Ireland called Where in the World. I don't know if you remember that from when you were over here, if it was around your time or not. Oh, here we go. Space on the right.
TV2. Sing It's Coming Home, Ronnie Wilson. It's coming home. Oh, good shot, good save. Parkinson was from Barnsley. I'm from Barnsley. Straight at him. My Kind of Music was King, says Binky Boots. You don't really get many good game shows now. When Who Wants to Be a Millionaire came out, that just absolutely revolutionized the world of quiz shows. Then they had The Weakest Link, which I never actually liked.
Do you remember Bullseye, though? Do you know what I mean?
No, that's Big Break.
Living in the Midlands and they're giving them a speedboat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at what you could have
won.
We've had a great time, but you've got BFH, bus fare home. Oh, fuck off, Jim. Shove your bus. I can pay my own bus fare. Shove, blankety blank. Checkbook and pen.
I just used to love Buddy going across the screen.
To be honest, Bullseye on a Sunday afternoon was probably the highlight of a Sunday, because Sundays were, you know, actually that song Bloody Sunday, I know it's got political connotations, but it could really be a song about how boring Sunday. I hated Sunday as a kid. It was so bloody boring. There was nothing going on. Bullseye was all right, but that was about it. What would your non-football what would your non-football specialities be on Masterminds, as Martin McCullough? Oh, I've got loads. So many things I'm intelligent about. Craig, what would you go with?
Music or boxing?
Any specialist era of music?
Anything, I suppose, up to 2000. So anything from the 70s to 2000, I'd say. I told you before, I won a moped on a music trivia show with Zig and Zag. Did
you sell it?
I did, because I had a car. So yeah, I did. I sold it straight back to the dealer. Bought myself a set of 1210s, Technics, and a Newmark mixer.
Ben Thornton says, Take Your Pick was one of my favourites. Always tried the bit where you can't say yes or no. Lasted a second.
Oh, what was Craig, the one where...
You'll know all about
the conveyor belt. Do you remember there was always a cuddly toy? What was that one?
Generation Game.
Generation Game? Was it? That was great. I like that as well.
Big Break.
Oh, it's only a game, son.
We're having a drinks break here.
Big
Break. I used to like that.
He wished he had John Virgo waistcoats.
Big Break was actually very good. They should bring... I'm surprised they haven't brought that back, Big Break. Maybe the snooker players just can't be asked, because they had access to all the good snooker players, didn't they?
It was brilliant.
Yeah, I can't imagine Ronnie O'Sullivan and getting out of bed for a game, going on Big Break now.
Oh, he'd go on just a shithouser, wouldn't he? Just break and then just miss everything on purpose and just smile to himself.
I tell you what, I'm very good at snooker. I could be the new presenter of Big Break, sponsored by Wash and Go.
Not bad at snooker myself, to be fair. No,
because Wash and Go is green. They could have a big snooker table which was green with Wash and Go in the middle, and me presenting, and you could be John Virgo. You know,
funny one. Yeah, you're right.
Picking your balls out your bag, messing around with your balls.
Standard.
Yeah. You got a head like a snooker ball as well. This is a great idea.
Yeah, no need for Michaela or the judges to get the glove on to rub the ball to clean it. Look at this. Do you know what I mean? It's always shiny. No friction.
In the modern world, though, we wouldn't be able to do it, because they probably would say, diversity. We can't have two males, so you'd probably get dumped. Have you guys ever been to one of the American football games at Wembley? No, Josh. We need to talk about this game a little bit more. We're 40 minutes in, 1-0. To be honest, the game is very much as I predicted it would be. I thought these two teams would be quite evenly matched, and so it's come to pass.
Pitch looks like it's starting to cut up a little bit as well.
Yeah. There's no real super... I mean, Denmark have got some good players.
Here we go.
There's not really much...
Here we go! Yeah! My boy!
2-0!
My boy!
Dahlberg. And that is that. Well, it's not that. It's half time, but they're very comfortable now, Craig. You'd have to say that they've got a foot in the semis firmly now.
I have to say, Mark, I'm a bit of a semi myself.
It was lovely play. Dahlberg.
It was a good finish. Tidy finish.
Lovely play down the left-hand side as well. Was it Delaney with the assist this time instead of the goal?
I'm not sure. I thought once it missed the first man, I didn't really think there was much of a chance still there. But Dahlberg, far post, tidy finish.
Danish efficiency. Danish bacon. Yummy, 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 yum. He's well onside.
That's just brilliant. Just the ball was outside of the foot. Oh.
Who put the cross in? Answers on a postcard. It's a lovely goal. What a cross, says Sam Diamond.
Melee, is it?
Yeah, Melee.
Do you know what? It even came off his calf, I think, watch the finish.
I tell you what, though, it's great reactions, because Braithwaite nearly gets his head on it. So to react like that...
Oh, good finish, that. Great goal.
Absolutely fantastic goal. 2-0.
What a tournament for them. You've got to be delighted for them, honestly.
I tell you what, England against Denmark will be not as straightforward as we're going to win this. I certainly won't go into that game saying Mihail or Mela put the cross in. But I wouldn't go into that game saying, oh, yeah, it's a bye to the semi-final, like I've said to the quarter-final.
You've said it's a bye to the final, mate. I could go back to the last stream we did together, and it was, we're in the final. No point in even playing the other half of this.
The great thing about life and football is that you can change your opinion.
Not allowed. Not on
Yeah,
Twitter.
you can.
Not allowed. If you what you said when you were 7 is fact, that's the end of it.
We have got definitely got a game on our hands in the semi-final, England against Denmark.
Again, I would say what would worry me if I was English is the very same thing from the Italians. It's just the intensity of the play.
Well,
like, if they can keep that up for 90 minutes, they'll smother. They'll smother England, and England are going to have to go high energy. None of this two holding DM Rice and the Leeds boy nonsense. You need to get Hendo in there. That's what you need. Jordan Henderson in that midfield.
Well, they're another team that sort of plays this 3 centre backs, wing backs. So maybe Southgate will match up in the semi-final.
And by the way, I'm not being rude to Calvin Phillips there. I do think he's a fine footballer. I'd happily have him as a Hendo replacement.
Whatever you do, don't slag Calvin Phillips off. I found that to my cost.
I know, I like him. I've said before, if Hendo hangs up his boots in a few years, I'd happily have Calvin Phillips in as his replacement.
Watching England winning Euros was like Greece winning in 2004. Defensive and not attractive football, says Pierre Class. And we haven't won it yet, mate, but I'm glad you're living in the future because it is coming home. Niall says Ukraine versus Denmark will be a good semi-final. Oh, swivel on it, Niall. You're just being bitter. Even
I, as an Irishman, with every part of me, obviously, wishing everyone up, I can't see any way that Denmark or that Ukraine beat England. I can't see it. I've tried to play through in my head, and I honestly can't see a way it happens.
Well, it's not a red card. It's not Man City against like Swindon, is it? Let's be honest. If this was a Premier League game, it would be like England would be Liverpool and Ukraine would probably be
Norwich.
Yeah. They could do it, but it would be a big shock. The quality that England have compared to Ukraine is a mismatch. They can lose it. They can lose it, but come on.
Nice little loan move for Billy Gilmore, by the way, to Norwich. I think it's a very clever thing. Very clever. He'll get some good game time there. Daniel Farke's a good manager. He's still the Norwich manager, isn't he?
Yeah. Best player in the tournament is Ronnie Wilson. Well, I'll say it quite happily now, Spinazzola, but he probably won't win best player of the tournament now he's gone out. But for me, so far, yeah.
I'm absolutely in love with Nicola Barea. Absolutely in love with him. What a footballer.
Archie says, if we lose to Ukraine, I'll donate you £100. Mate, that won't be enough. But I'll be absolutely gutted. I won't sit there and go.
I assumed he meant me there, but.
Oh, yeah, it might be for you, yeah. You'd love that, £100.
I mean, I've done 14 streams on That's Football, so 30 quid short.
Oh, my Lord. Getting tired.
I tell you what, I could watch this replay of this second Denmark goal all day.
England must win against Ukraine. Oh, we will win, mate. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, we've got nearly 10,000 watching. I wonder how many we'll have for tonight's game. Denmark are the dark horses for sure, says Drawty. Yeah, they are. I think Denmark have been the dark horses ever since they got through the group.
It's because of the new format that they're here, which kind of, I suppose, justifies it all, doesn't it?
Mm. No, I think Denmark actually finished second in their group.
Did they?
I think they did.
You could be right. I just know they won one game, lost 2.
Oh, he might be going off here. We are starting. Oh, no, he's all right. I think he's all right.
Yeah, he's putting the hop limp on towards the end of it, which is the signal, isn't it?
A little hop towards the dance floor, and it'll be all right. Denmark did finish second, says Matt. Yeah, I thought they did.
Have you seen? Did you get a chance to have a look at Gabriel Jesus's red yet from last night?
No.
Oh, mate, it's almost assault. It's that bad.
I will have a look. It might, probably won't be, but
it'll be on Twitter somewhere.
Okay. Oh God. It's like Mortal Kombat finishing move.
It's there's no arguing there, is there? There's no debating for your mate on that one. Like,
well, I don't know whether there's intent, but you're never going to get away with your foot being that high. Yeah, you got to get. I can't defend that. Yeah, you just can't go with your foot that high. I don't think it's intentional, but you've got to give the red because that to me epitomizes what unintentional red card should be about. The pure recklessness.
The one that stands out for me in that is Sadio Mane against Manchester City. Do you remember he clocked Ederson?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was completely unintentional. But you got to say, okay, look, contact was made.
Yeah, you look at the one. Yeah, you look at the one yesterday. Michael Oliver gave, and it is half time, by the way. You look at the one Michael Oliver gave yesterday. That's not out of control, reckless. That's a tackle. He's gone for the ball.
Ridiculous red card. Ridiculous.
He's gone for the ball, and that should never be a red. But that Jesus one, absolutely no intention. No intention to hurt the player, but it's just wildly reckless. You can't jump in the air like you say, like a bloody karate kid. You can't do that. Sean says he actually did look at him before he did it. Well, I mean, I've only seen a short clip, but I'd like to think that he didn't do it on purpose. But either way, it's definitely a red.
What gets me is how pointless it was. Like, it was out by the touchline. Just what was the point of it? Like, just leave it be. They shouldn't have even went for it. I don't even get what was going through his head.
Well, we're at half time. Do you think that there's any way back for Czech Republic in this game, Craig?
I'm afraid to say no, because heaven knows with this tournament. So we've seen 3-1s being turned around when we thought it was all over. It will take something monumental because they haven't looked like it. Denmark, I think, are fully deserving of their 2-0 lead.
Very efficient from Denmark. I actually predicted this game would be 1-1, but I think it's been ridiculously efficient from Denmark. I mean, not that Czech Republic haven't been competitive. I think both teams are competitive, and I think both teams are, not evenly matched. Denmark are better, but they're just they're in the groove. Denmark, they're in the groove. And anybody who said that Denmark would be a dark horse for the tournament before the tournament, I'd have to say absolutely spot on. They've been brilliant. And look, the Eriksen thing was horrible. I wonder, Eriksen's a fantastic player. I mean, they'd have been better with Eriksen as well. So semi-finalists, I think, for Denmark is, they'll want to win it. They'll want to get to the final. And who says that they can't? But, semi-finalists for them is a fantastic tournament.
Absolutely. And in England, Denmark semi-final, if that's the case, would be a good watch.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it, but I'd certainly be excited about it.
Yeah,
I still think England will win.
You are a little bit worried, be honest.
No, I mean, I think any game, like tonight, I'm going into it knowing we're going to win. I think against Denmark, I'd be like, well, we're favourites because we've got better players. But total respect on Denmark, I can't go into that and say we'll definitely win. I think England-Denmark could easily go penalties, and that's not what you want.
It's I think I said 2-0 at the start of the game. It could be a little bit more even at this point.
Goraf says, is it coming home? Yes, it is. Thanks to Wash and Go for sponsoring the show. Links in the video description. We have to put Wash and Go on this side. We can't put it on Craig's side because that just would be taking the piss, as we've said. I'm all for having that, but that would be we're not being harassed. So thanks to Wash and Go. Links to the video description. You can get yours there. Very, very reasonably priced. 2-in-1. We've already got a song for it. Forget about is it coming home. Let's do the song, Craig. What is it? We're singing for England.
Wash and Go.
We're singing the song. We're singing for England.
2-in-1.
Arrivederci. It's 2-on-1. 2-in-1. Mark, will you do a forfeit if it doesn't come home? Says Kianar. No, why should I do that? I shouldn't have to do that.
By the way,
what we're going to do now is...
feel free to bring us into a studio, full setup. You can run that ad for a year. We can work on that.
Yeah. Wash and Go are well happy now because there are a few thousand people who, when they think of that song, we're singing for England, they're going Wash and Go. It's free advertising. It's not free. Show me the money, and I'll give Craig his €5. Don't worry, I'll look after Craig. I'll sort him out.
So, Craig, that €5, that was before handling fees, taxes, import duty, Brexit.
Mohammed Idris says, I'm looking forward to watching England play tonight. Is Varane happening or just a hot take? Yeah, we will be doing an England watch along tonight. Obviously, no Craig for that. It'd be unfair. And we've got the fan park stream coming in from the London Paddy Power fan park as well. So we'll have all them lot there. Hopefully, they'll be up for it and excited. But Varane is. I'm 70% on Varane at the moment. It can go up, it can go down. That's the way it is. Semis.
What was
up and
that?
down.
How can I follow Craig on Twitter? It's at Craig Holden, Houlden, by the way.
And at Mark Goldbridge, you'll know it's me because it's got a big blue verified tick now, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you, everyone, for your support. We're going to do top 5 Premier League strikers of all time. We did top 5. What did we do yesterday? Top 5 wingers, didn't we? Hi, guys.
Yeah, which was a good debate. I mean, this is going to be even harder, mate.
I wish you would look tonight as a Welsh fan. It'll be cheering Ukraine. Says 50. I don't mind if you're cheering Ukraine. You're wasting your evening. You may as well get yourself down on Netflix and get your family around and watch a film. Spend some time with your loved ones or your pets. But if you don't want England to win, don't waste your time watching England Ukraine. You're going to be very, very disappointed. Anyway, let's go. The top 5 strikers in the Premier League history. Well, let's write some down. Shearer's got to be a consideration. I'll let you have Henry in that as well. So we've got Shearer, Henry, Aguero. You put Aguero in there.
Oh yes, he's got to be in there.
Drogba.
See, I always get argued with Chelsea fans when I say no. I'd say no, but he's one of those players that I would definitely want in my team. So it's a bit hypocritical of me. So yeah, I think he definitely should be in the conversation.
Timo Werner.
Not a hope. What about Luis
Suarez? I'll pull him into the debate.
To be fair, I don't think he had the longevity. That's even as a Liverpool fan, I'll say that.
Van Nistelrooy.
What about Fowler?
Well, I'll put him in there just to give Liverpool a bit of representation as well. But Van Nistelrooy,
he's God. Oh yeah, look, Ruud has to be in there.
I tell you what, I saw the little debate going on Twitter yesterday between United fans, which is, the great thing about United fans is they argue amongst themselves. They don't need to argue with anyone else. And this United fan had said that Van Nistelrooy is not a United great, and it just kicked off. And I was just like, did you have your head stuck up your arse through the early noughties when Van Nistelrooy was here? Because to say he's not a great is ridiculous.
Oh, he is a very, very good striker.
What about, here's an interesting one, Jamie Vardy.
Oh yeah, you got to put Vardy in the conversation. If nothing else, just for the journey from Fleetwood through, I don't particularly like Jamie Vardy, but I respect the hell out of his football ability and what he's done.
I don't know him to dislike him, really. I don't really pay attention. Rooney's got to be in there for me as well. Yeah. All-time goal scorer for United. People say he's not a goal scorer. How's he done that then? I'm not going to put Ronaldo in there because we put him in as a winger.
Torres. We had 2 clubs with Fernando Torres. Obviously not great at Chelsea, but, very good at Liverpool.
Yeah, he was very good at Liverpool. You're right. Not going to put him in though. Michael Owen.
Never heard of him.
Michael Owen. No, I mean Michael Owen probably should be in the conversation. I don't know how many goals he scored. I mean, there's people like Teddy Sheringham, Les Ferdinand, Andy Cole, Ian Wright.
I mean, to be fair, Les Ferdinand should be in the conversation here as well. I know, it's old school, but
we're talking Premier League history. I mean, Les Ferdinand was fantastic. Ian Wright was fantastic. Harry Kane scored a lot of goals.
I would say, again, I think yes, has to be in the conversation. Has to be.
Bergkamp, no, not for me. Cantona and Bergkamp. I mean, you can add it. I mean, look, Cantona has to be in there. And Arsenal fans will say, well, Bergkamp's got to be in there. So let's add them in. Okay. I don't think there's anybody we've missed.
Are we pushing Cantona here as a striker? I mean, I think of him kind of drifting in off the right more, if I'm being honest. Like, we had the similar conversation. I would think of Henry as a winger, whereas you say, he did move inside.
Cantona wasn't a winger. He'd be more of a sort of support striker. He was definitely central, Cantona. I know he wore the number 7, but he wasn't a winger. He was definitely a support striker.
Who else have we had? Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was quite good. Who else has there been?
Andy says that I'm amazed at the confidence Mark about it coming home. Don't you remember Euro 2016 when the wee minnows of Iceland caused an upset? Andy, we'll be fine. Don't you worry about it. We'll be fine. No Lukaku. Van Persie was very good. I mean, he had a fantastic season at United and did quite well at Arsenal. But I think we're going to struggle to add anybody else in because I think to get to 5, we've got Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy, Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry, Aguero, Drogba, Suarez, Fowler, Van Nistelrooy, Rooney, Owen, Cantona, Bergkamp. So we've got well over 10. And you've got people like Cole and York. Yeah, I mentioned Andy Cole before.
You lads really have been spoiled, haven't you, with centre forwards?
Just so much success, isn't it? You know, with that success, you're going to have some of the best players in Premier League history. I mean, we've won of quite a few. Was it 13 we've won or something like that? That's a pretty impressive record in, just 30 years. We've won nearly half of them. Silence, you see. We can feel it. Right. What about Drogba? We've got Drogba there. So is there anybody that's got to be in for you? Because for me, Shearer's got to be in there. Henry's got to be in there. And then I think Wayne Rooney's got to be in there. I do. Whole career spent in the Premier League. Manchester United's top goal scorer.
I can see the argument. Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm just thinking Les Ferdinand. I don't like to sleep on the old school players as well.
No, I do rate Ferdinand, but would I put him in ahead of Drogba? No. Would I put him ahead of Harry Kane? No. Would I put him again ahead of Cantona? No.
I think, look, I'm gonna have to make the argument that Robbie Fowler's got to be in that list. He's called God for a reason by Liverpool fans, mate. There's not been a more natural finisher.
You put Fowler ahead of Suarez and Owen?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. Robbie Fowler, to me, is the most natural finisher I've seen in my entire life.
Well, I think Aguero's got to be in there.
Yes, I would agree, and Sergio as well. He is a Premier League great, definitely.
So your 5 is done because you've gone Shearer, Henry, Aguero, Rooney, and Fowler.
Shearer, Henry, Aguero. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I would go Shearer, Henry, Aguero, Rooney, and my final pick would be, I do really rate Drogba. I've got to say, I do really rate Drogba. It's hard to leave him out. I think Kane's fantastic. I mean, I wouldn't put Vardy in there, not top 5.
Let's not forget, by the way, Fowler had Liverpool, Leeds, Manchester City, and then back to Liverpool.
I think for me, it's got to be Cantona. Because not only did he score a lot of goals, I'll just never forget the season where he came back from the suspension against Liverpool and we drew 2-2 at Old Trafford and he scored the penalty and he jumped up on the pole. And that was the year that Newcastle were 12 points ahead. And he was just absolutely fantastic that season. And we ended up winning the double, beating Liverpool in the FA Cup final in 96 as well.
I still, to this day, don't know how that ball got through them bodies.
Yeah. So I think, we're talking about best goal scorer. Or best
and
striker.
You're trying to say he's better than Fowler.
No, what I'm saying is that we're talking about the top 5 strikers in Premier League history. And I think that Cantona, not only was he a great goal scorer, but also he basically was the catalyst to Manchester United's success.
We're talking about strikers, though. There really is one way of measuring this, and that is by how many times they put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, but you know what? I sort of disagree with that because I think that, are you a striker? Did your team win? Were you a massive part of that? Is striking about scoring goals? Yes. But we said Premier League strikers, not goal scorers. I think goal scorers is a little bit different. So if you're saying Fowler, to be fair, was
I'd say if you say forwards, we can have it. But striker, you think 9.
I think that, you've gone Fowler. I've put Cantona in, the catalyst.
Fine player.
We're agreed on 4, though. Rooney, Aguero, Shearer and Henry. We just disagree on that last one.
Yes, so I have the grace to admit that United players should definitely be on the list, whereas, And
here's an different one. 58 Go says Henry, Shearer, Rude, Aguero, Drogba. Well, it's different. I mean, I think Van Nistelrooy was very good, but I could never put Van Nistelrooy ahead of Cantona or Rooney because it's Premier League, isn't it? And their impact on the Premier League was massive. But yeah, you might be looking at it from a goal scorer point of view. I mean, if you're looking at the best goal scorers, you've got to put Van Nistelrooy in there. You've got to put Fowler in there because they're just pure goal scorers. You know, you could even make a case for.
Just look at Robbie Fowler's types of everything. The little lob over Schmeichel, the type of goals he scored from all angles. He had the quickest hat trick for a long time as well. Look, I know I have Liverpool tinted glasses on, but Robbie Fowler was goddamn special, man. He was something
basically
else.
Retired by the time he was 23, though, wasn't he? Somebody at the door.
It's wash and go, another delivery.
Yeah, another big fan of wash and go. Put it in the garage.
Which one? The left one, the right one?
Well, I wish. Everybody make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We are just about to go live with the second half. Czech Republic are going to make a change. Is there a way back? There is always a way back in football. There is always a way back. And we've seen teams come back from 2-0 down before. They need to score the next goal. Of course they do. And if they don't, then there may well be problems. Don't eat all that. Make sure I have some.
I think the game is definitely going to stretch now. Kremerich coming on.
No extra time is great for me, though. It means I can have some.
I was thinking that earlier on. I honestly felt for you the other day. I thought, God almighty, at least I get a break now. That poor lad has to go on and do another stream straight away. And then another stream after that on Twitch or... Yeah, I did. I don't get much sympathy from me, but I have to admit I did feel for you the other day.
Workhorse, that's me. Right, second half's about to kick off. 45 minutes. England, we're just under 2 hours from England kicking off. Team news will probably come in the second half, actually.
Message Togden, he'll give it to you.
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting it from.
I do.
Do you?
Yep.
A player?
I don't want to get him in trouble. I'll tell you on WhatsApp or something. I won't tell you live. I wouldn't do that to someone.
No, that's very, very responsible. You could just WhatsApp me now.
I will. That's what I was going to do.
Oh, yeah, good.
Hang on, let me just scroll past. Graham Hunter. No, not him. DM Balligate. No, it's not that number.
I've got Romano on my WhatsApps.
I know, he needs to know where to send the invoices to.
Everyone gets bitter about... Oh, good shot. Good save by Schmeichel. People do get very bitter about Fabrizio because they can't afford him. How's long left in the game? We've only just kicked off, 45 minutes. Ah, there we go. Well, I tell you what... it doesn't surprise me.
It didn't surprise me either, to be honest with you.
This football world that people hang off like it's this, holy grail.
Oh, good save.
Good save by Schmeichel there. You'd be amazed how many people are in WhatsApp. England players are WhatsApping people you'd never believe. You'd go, sure. How are they doing
when
that?
Danny Ward apparently was leaking our team news when he was at Liverpool to the taxi driver every week. And then when Danny Ward went to Leicester, all that team news stopped. And that's in Liverpool folklore, apparently.
Now he leaks the Leicester team, but no one cares.
I tell you what, they're
Czech Republic are going for it here, though. They're going for it.
They have to, yeah. Which, this game has at least one more goal written all over it, doesn't it?
It won't finish 2-0. It could go silly. It could end up like 3-2 or something like that. But they've got to go for it. I mean, 100% you've got to go for it.
Just as long as it doesn't go to extra time, he's saying, don't care what the score is, as long as it's 6-5, 5-4, it doesn't matter.
I don't know how it works. Maybe it's always worked like this, but Schick, remember Schick as well. If he can get the next goal, he's a golden boot, leveled up. I don't know whether it worked like this in the World Cup or not, but I don't like this 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock thing in the knockout stage because it only takes extra time and then you're right up the arse of the 8 o'clock kickoff.
It's almost as if they don't think about us YouTubers when they're doing it.
It's not even that. I was even thinking last night, obviously I was doing both streams, but I was like, even as a normal football armchair fan, it's nice to go and stretch your legs and, have a bite to eat. Last night after the penalties, it was literally 10 minutes to Italy-Belgium. It was like, ridiculous. Sync, we're just about to hit 47. We're nearly going to hit 48 minutes. We're 47 and 55. 56, 57, 58, 59, and now we're at 48 minutes exactly.
I tell you what, mate, I was exhausted watching the first half of that Belgium Italy game. Oh!
Goal! He's got it. And
Game on.
Schick. It's Schick. Was it Schick who scored it as well?
The camera's panned to the ref here straight away, which makes me think maybe there's something.
Schick. He's got his goal.
Let's have a look. See,
11 on the golden boot. Cross came
wrong
in
with that.
Yeah, it's a lovely finish as well. He's levelled up with Ronaldo, and I'm glad about that. I love Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is smashing things at home now. Guaranteed. Remote controls flying off the wall. Game on, Mr. Goldbridge. Game on.
Yeah, well, we wanted that, didn't we?
I did, because I had both teams to score in an accumulator as well. So yeah, I'm every way this game has gone now has helped my accumulator. So I'm happy whatever happens from this point.
So he's got 5 goals in this tournament, Schick, now, and he's also got goal of the tournament for that goal against Scotland. Skibby,
all different types of goals as well, man. All different types of goals.
Great header, his first one against Scotland as well. So 2-1. He's got 5 goals in the tournament. He's levelled up with Ronaldo on the Golden Boot, which I'm a big fan of Ronaldo, but I actually don't think you should be winning the Golden Boot when you get knocked out in the last 16. So at least if Schick wins it, he's a quarter finalist.
There's one thing that annoys me about Neymar and Ronaldo at the minute. Can we both please stop letting them take every set piece ever? Because they don't. Messi at least scores a few frees. And Ronaldo, look, some of the frees he scored in his career have been astronomically good. But Neymar last night took everything for Brazil and hit the wall every single time.
But it's a bit like Roberto Carlos. He scored that free kick against Bartes, didn't he? And I don't think he ever really scored a free kick again. Yeah, he took every single one. Yeah, it was a great free kick. The bend on it was amazing, but I don't think he ever really scored free kicks after that. Whereas like Beckham, actually did score a lot of free kicks.
He was
Craig,
ridiculous.
Beckham
was ridiculous.
What?
Beckham was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, in a good way.
Yeah. Craig, what's your thoughts on Stephen Kenny as Ireland manager? Would you have kept McCarthy for the playoffs and tournaments as ESC Connor?
No, I think that, look, he had his time in the League of Ireland. He spent time with the under-21s. And I liked when Brian Kerr had the opportunity. And I think, why not give Stephen Kenny the opportunity? We're rebuilding. Nobody will know how to look to the League of Ireland for up-and-coming talent like he will. Why not? Give it a bash.
Well, it's game on here, and Czech Republic are playing a lot better than Denmark. It could be a game of 2 halves, this. I'll tell you what, I'd like Czech Republic to equalise soon, because then we're having a great second half. Good play by Braithwaite. It's actually turning into a really good game now. I thought the first half was a little bit like that. Yeah. They've just opened up now.
We have been spoiled in this tournament. This has been probably the best Euros I can remember in my lifetime.
Well, I said that before, didn't I? We were speaking about it in the group stage. I think you always have a good group stage, and people say this is the best tournament ever. And then you get into the knockout stage, and everyone gets really tentative. But we haven't seen that. We've seen some cracking knockout games, as we saw already. Last Monday was amazing in the last 16. Italy-Belgium was a good game yesterday. Spain, Switzerland wasn't great, really. But this has been a cracker.
We've had the upsets and everything, though. It's had it all. It's been great. And I'm not a fan of international football usually, but I've been gripped to this tournament. It's been amazing.
Charlie Welch says, Flopper America, never seen so much diving.
Oh, shite, mate, honestly. Oh, God, it's off. And tonight, I know I'm still going to sit there and watch Argentina, Colombia. I know I am. And I already hate myself for it.
I love this comment from Josiah Springer. He says, my friend is Czech, so I want them out. There's nothing that really resonates with me. They can be your friend, but it doesn't mean like, they're my friend, so I want them to go through. We've all got those friends that
you're my mate, but I want United to get relegated, and I know you feel the same way. So yeah, I get that. I respect.
No, I don't want United to get relegated. I'd like Liverpool to get relegated, but here we go.
So secretly though, I wouldn't want, and I don't think you would either.
No, I've said this before. I wouldn't like to see Liverpool relegated because then you'd miss the rivalry. I don't think Celtic liked Rangers not being in the top league because, they were winning loads of leagues, but everyone was always like, but it's because of what's happened to Rangers. You want to win things. It's like when Liverpool won the league, isn't it, against Man City? I spoke to some Liverpool fans and they went, it was great, but there'd be nothing quite like having a title race with United and winning it. It's like, a different kind of thing, isn't it? Chile were robbed last night. Brazil buying the Copa America, says Jeffrey Alvarado. Didn't watch it, mate. Maybe Craig can talk that.
Look, I don't know how he feels that they were robbed, but I will absolutely agree that Brazil got away with a lot of play acting, a lot of rolling around, a lot of killing the clock, and the referee he just didn't stamp his control in it. So maybe that's what the particular gentleman is mentioning.
Well, we've got a cracking second half going on here. It's definitely end to end. It's 2-1. 2-0's always a dangerous score in football.
I love an out cliche. I trot them out all the time as well. It is true, though. It is really, really true. 2-0 probably is the most dangerous score in football. There's one goal and it's squeaky bum time.
Well, we had Rory on for one of the watch-alongs in the group stage, and we were having that conversation, and he was like, he said, well, statistically, 2-0 is not the worst score in football. It's probably 1-0 or something like that. And I said, yeah, but having played football, Ian Hart was a good set piece taker for Ireland, says David.
I tell you what, you'd be screwed if he was on this stream with you. With his head of hair, wash and go, mate, you wouldn't get a look in.
But 2-0 is 2-0 is the cliche worst score in football, because it's like, of course, 1-0, 0-0 is worse because you can equalise, etc. Or go in front. But the reason 2-0 is always a dangerous score in football, it's the most I don't think it's the worst score. I think it's the most dangerous score in football, is because you think you've won the game at 2-0, but if they score the next, the momentum of the game just shifts massively. Is Braithwaite a bit greedy?
It's like that question where people say, would you take a draw against X or Y? It's always how you get the draw. Because if you get a 95th minute equaliser, it feels like a win. But if you're 2-0 up and you concede and you end up drawing, it's terrible. That's I love the psychology of football and the ebb and flow of it. It's one of the most fascinating aspects of it. But you got to say here, fair play to Denmark. They're not sitting back and soaking this up. They're going for it.
Gary Barlow says, Mark, Craig, I think you fellas are doing a fantastic job.
A million love songs later.
Craig, let's have a sing-song. I'm so pleased that you've picked one of my favourite songs ever. Could it be magic? It's so
Mark,
long to go in this second.
Help me escape that feeling of insecurity.
Lovely ball. Oh, good header away. Corner. Kufel. He's had a good season for West Ham, that Kufel, as well.
Yeah, good player.
Low key, really good season. It's absolutely incredible. It's fantastic. Gary Barlow. What's up, Chuck? Come on, Braithwaite. There's definitely another goal in this. Which team would be ideal to go through for England? I think Czech Republic. But then again, if they come back and play well, you'd be thinking, bloody hell, they're a good team. Craig, thoughts on Rafa at Everton from Troy?
Again, Rafael Benitez transcends football for me. The man can do no bad in my eyes. He's a damn good human being, loves the city of Liverpool, and would have happily taken the Liverpool job again if it was ever offered to him. So there's nothing Rafael Benitez can do for me that would ever taint his legacy. He's just too good of a person, and himself and his marvellous wife do great charity work as well. So just a top lad, and Everton are lucky to have him as their manager. That's all I'll say, and I'll never disrespect him. And again, as I said this before, I was on the Blue Boys Network the other day talking about this. Imagine you said to an Everton fan, when Roberto Martinez was there or Allardyce, you're going to end up with back-to-back managers that have won Champions League. So, I understand some of the fume from both sides of it, but for me, Rafael Benitez just transcends football. He's just a very, very good human being. And Everton won't win that anyway, so it'll be all good. But this is a cracking game we have here, folks. I mean, sometimes when a team concedes like Denmark did, they sit back and drop 10 yards deeper. But this is why I think we all love them in this tournament. They're going gung-ho. I love it. This could be 3-1. This could be 2-2. There's definitely more goals in it. And we have been treated to an absolute joyous game again. Oh, keeper nearly closed down there. So anyway, wash and go. Hit me up, man. Look at these eyebrows. A whole bottle just for these could be done. And again, thank you to the audience here at That's Football for making me feel so welcome over the Euros. I will, a little secret, I was very nervous before we started this, but you've really made me feel at home, so thank you. And, let's see what happens for the rest of the tournament, because it's been a belter.
Yeah, you got to be strong enough to walk on through the night. Yeah. Lulu. Anyway,
didn't you finish it? I was ready for the on the other side. I was ready. I had it all planned.
Whoa. You've done a great job, pal. That's probably talking about me there. 10,000 watching. Thanks, everyone. We have got the England watch along. We have got the fan park from London. It is going to be a big game. Have you got watched any Copa America? Argentina versus Ecuador today. Hopefully Ecuador will win. Who will win in 2v2? Goldbridge and Craig versus Neville and Carragher, says Matthias.
Oh, yeah, it's Uruguay, Colombia, isn't it? Yeah, apologies. I've watched every Copa America game. There was a belter last night. The Peru game was an absolute belter. But
they're doing 2 a night, are they?
Yeah, usually. Well, yeah. It's now the knockout stages, and they're going 10 a.m., 2 a.m., I think. But look, it hasn't had a patch on this tournament. I don't know if it's because of the fans, that the pitches haven't been great either. And I don't think the referees have been strong enough. But, the Euros have just shown up how a tournament needs fans. It's been amazing.
Colin Zed's a big fan of Shaqiri. Is Klopp misusing him? Think he's playing as a number 10, which is his best position? I just don't think he's good enough.
Just too many injuries, too many knocks, too many strains. Even last night when he came off for Switzerland, look what he did. Immediately ice pack on his leg.
He'd be good at West Ham. Or Serie A, but he's not a top 4 player. Some people just don't see the... I've grown up watching football for decades, as I'm sure many people have, and it's like, there are levels to football. You're a professional footballer. It doesn't mean you can play for Man United or Liverpool. Southampton need players. West Ham need players. And they're not at the level of that. And I think Shaqiri's a very good player, but, I don't think he wouldn't be playing.
I think he'd do a very good job if he goes to Lazio. If that move goes through, I think it'd be a great move for him.
Yeah. I think it was a good bit of business for Liverpool, but he was never going to be a first teamer.
What does Fabrizio think?
I tell you, Craig, Shaqiri is in love with Lazio, and Lazio is in love with Shaqiri, but he's also in love with money, and he may go somewhere else.
He never skips the leg day.
He never skips the leg. He's in love with the weights for the legs, and he's in love with the pasta, but he's good at the fitness.
I'll tell you what, the man's a tank.
Yes. Will Craig be there for the England match? No, I can't. I'm not able to have guests, even if I wanted to, on the England game, because I
will be on my own channel for those few people that want to come across. Yeah, that don't want to.
The €5 is not there to take my audience, mate.
I won't be taking your audience. I'll be taking the Irish people that don't want to listen to you singing "It's Coming Home" for 90 minutes.
Well, there might be a few thousand of that. Look, there's a massive queue of people who want to do watch-alongs with me. It's not just Craig. Jordan would pay me to be on the stream, to be honest. Welsh Jordan. Here we go. Denmark. Poulsen. Good tackle. Bit slow there, Poulsen. They brought Poulsen on. I do like Poulsen.
Yeah, but nobody else can have this ant and deck banter, mate. Nobody else can do it.
Mark, I've seen that Rio Ferdinand Insta story. I mean, what does it mean? Oh, I've texted Varane. I bet he hasn't even got Varane's number. Do you think penalty?
Won't even take my £5 bet, pussy.
You're not in the right club, mate. Mark my words. You're not in the right club. You've got to be in Rio's club to be acknowledged. What do you think about Daka to Leicester? Well, I'm getting them mixed up, Mapola, because Doku's the one you want, Craig, at Liverpool, isn't he? I
wanted Daka as well. I won't lie to you. Patson Daka was...
Doku Daka, that would have been great.
Huge numbers at Salzburg. It's a very, very good piece of business for Leicester City. A very good piece of business. I mean, certainly better than Edouard, who it looked like they could have been going for. Them, Samare, and who's the other guy that they're bringing in? There's 3, isn't there?
Oh, is it Bertrand?
Yes. I mean, again, clever. Good backup there at left back.
Hey, I don't know what you're comparing us to Anton Deck for. That's a very low bar, like someone said in the chat. Anton Deck.
I'll tell you what, mate. We take Anton Deck money.
But they're mainstream boring, aren't they? Scripted It's all funny faces and overreaction with no.
That's what I mean. Imagine what we could command for having the natural humor actually being funny.
That's not scripted, yeah.
Imagine a TV station had the cojones to actually give us a late night football show. Like, and say, look, lads, do what you want. Channel 4, do what you want. We're not worried about censorship. Go do it. Netflix, they wouldn't care. It's been tried and failed miserably before because it wasn't done right.
Yeah, I think we all know who that was. That was on Channel 4 as well. It was absolutely shit. The one with
I looked at that and I went...
I'll name it. It was absolutely shit. That Robbie one was absolutely shite. I don't know what
I looked at that and went, God. And even then I said, and I barely knew you, I thought, me and Goldbridge.
Well, I'm not even throwing shade at the fact that somebody tried to do it. I just thought whoever the production company were, it was absolutely shit. It was embarrassing. It was poor. I mean, most people in the chat won't know what we're talking about because, again, nobody bloody watched it. It was dreadful. I watched about 2 episodes. I was like, oh, this is absolute shite. But maybe that's just the way things are. I should try and get Barella, but Vertonghen is the custard. Vertonghen, he's about 42 now. Soucek's hurt his head, and he's bleeding through it.
He's gone full on Terry Butcher. He'll be back on.
And I don't know whether he will, because he's already bleeding through the back of it. What's the leaked England lineup? It should be out there. It normally is. I suspect I can probably predict what the England team is. I can't believe Thogden has put out as a tweet the joke that's been going around on WhatsApp for 2 days. Rumours that the game tonight is being postponed. One of the UK players has COVID, the left back, Tickly Chestikov. I've been not laughing at that for 2 days on WhatsApp.
That's why we deserve the show, mate. Actual. I love Thogden, love Thogdad, but that's a bad joke.
Mount and Sancho will start for England today, is the rumour, and Grealish not starting. Which is amazing.
It baffles me as a neutral in this as well. I don't get it.
No. Heavily involved in 3 of our 4 goals.
Very scary prospect if he goes to City and Kane. But at least Kane will miss some of the season with injury. But Grealish.
Well, he's apparently got dodgy shins. I don't know whether that's just a rumour or not. Burning the Heavens says, all you do on your Twitter is complain. Mate, I'll do what I want on my Twitter. That's the great thing. It's my Twitter. So if you don't like it, don't follow.
Could be talking to me because I am a bit of a moaning Michael on my Twitter.
I moan as well because I'm opinionated. I don't really get what people... There's no rules on Twitter apart from don't be abusive in a horrible, horrible way. Which
doesn't apparently seem to be a rule.
Well, yeah. If you're racist, homophobic, or a couple of other things, they'll instantly act. But yeah, you're right. But
this is what gets me though. Like, let's say this was aimed at either of us, and it probably was aimed at you because most people are commenting on your stuff. Don't follow, don't watch, ignore. What why get obsessed about it?
Oh no, bad touch. I tell you what, still 25 minutes to go in this. I did say extra time. I said there'd be extra time in this game. And at the moment, I do feel like Czech Republic will get an equaliser.
Nah, the baldometer's gone 3-1 here.
Yeah, Denmark probably look more likely to score at the moment, but I just think maybe Czech Republic will ride the storm and then sort of last 15 minutes. Would you take Soucek as a CDM at United, Connor? He's not a bloody... I tell you what, Connor, he's not a CDM. I don't know why people think he's a CDM. The reason he scores so many goals for West Ham is because Declan Rice sits and Soucek goes forward. Big up to you, Mark and Craig, absolute legends. As a Liverpool fan, I think Trent has the attributes to play CM in the future. What are your thoughts, Craig? Says Thomas James.
Did start his career playing there. Can absolutely do. But I suppose what I'd say is look at the way Manchester City have used their fullbacks, and that he is tucking inside a lot, and you almost get midfield attributes from Trent the way that he plays. So he certainly has the ability of it, but then who the hell would you get in to do what he does on the right side? So, agree, but hope it never happens. I want him to stay at right wing back or right back.
Sebastian Hay says that Souček is a CDM on FIFA. You're right, but FIFA's not real life. I know some people think it is, but it's not. Sebastian said, can football realistically come home? Oh, yes, mate, it can. We're going to have to work for it. We can all get hyped. I mean, when we win tonight, Saturday night and England through to a semi-final, you know what's happening. It's just going to... the whole of the UK. Well, not the UK, because obviously...
There'll be a load of Gareth's born in 9 months.
Yeah. Here's Poulsen on his own. Well, he's not caught that one very well at all.
Look, he should be getting excited, by the way. That's what it's all about. Same in club football. If you can't get excited, if you can't get hyped, then what's the point?
Who's going to finish higher next year, Liverpool or United, says Ash G? Depends on the business both clubs do. We've seen that Liverpool team is fragile when it gets the injuries. And United, for me, it's very hard to predict. If Liverpool got everyone fit and United have got everyone fit, I'd probably say Liverpool will finish above us. But if we've got more business to do, which we have, then it's very difficult to predict, to be fair. I would never predict it until I've got a good idea of what both squads are going to be.
What I do find, I don't want to say funny because I don't want to be disrespectful to people, but I often have people on Anfield agenda saying to me, but look at everything that all our opposition are doing. And I'm thinking, who have Chelsea signed? Who have City signed? Talk of it, yes, but nothing has happened. And yet, I include myself in this because I've been losing my mind about our lack of activity, even though we spent 36 mil or whatever it was on Canada. But there's plenty of time left. So I think it's very hard to gauge any of this till we know what the squads are.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone seems to know the score. Everyone seems to know the score. We've seen it all before. What am I predicting for the game tonight? Well, I'll let Craig go first. England, Ukraine, what are you going to predict?
I think England by 1, but I can't decide whether Ukraine will score or not.
By
so
1.
2-1 or 1-0.
You're having a bloody laugh. By 1.
It's only because of the way they set up. You're capable of beating them by 3 or 4, but
2-0.
We haven't seen anything yet to suggest that England are going to... Well, yeah, you might catch them with a late break.
2-0.
I'm predicting a penalty right now. I'm calling it penalty, England.
I don't want penalties in any. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. What I don't want.
No, I mean a penalty in the game. A penalty.
But I don't want penalties against anybody, whether it's Denmark in the semi-final or Italy in the final.
Do you know what? If it went to the final against Italy on penalties, I can only imagine the nerves that you lads would be feeling.
We'd bottle that. The psychological, you do not want England in a final taking penalties. The psychological thing would be unbearable. I wouldn't, Mr. Cool or not, I don't care how cool you are. You wouldn't want that at Wembley, your first final since '66 in a penalty shootout. I mean, that would be enough to break anybody's mentality.
I don't know, though. These younger lads, they seem to have real bottle. They really do. I don't think that they give a shit about those past glory or past failures.
Czech Republic. Oh, I thought I was going in for an OG off QR. It's not. It's gone for a corner. Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen it all before. They're so sure.
$18 to go. 2-1. Hangs in the balance. Nobody wants extra time.
A lot of people saying that Grealish off the bench is great because he's an impact player.
That's a fair point, but you can also say that he's certainly good enough that he should be starting.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. Anybody who says that Grealish off the bench isn't a great impact player, Please tell me what era of football we're living in, and when has an impact player become a modern thing? I'm not aware of impact players. I'm not aware of Pep Guardiola having an impact player who's your best player off 70 minutes. I'm not aware of this phenomenon of having one of your best players sit on the bench for 70 minutes to bring him on for the last 20. I'm aware of 90-minute games of football where you try and win a game of football. I'm not aware of having one of your best players on the bench for 20
go
minutes.
win it in 60 and take him off. That would be my argument.
Yeah,
put it out.
It's a totally messed up concept that maybe it's right, but what I'm saying is it's an absolute nonsense. I've not heard of Bayern Munich doing this, or Juventus doing this, or Barcelona. Did Barcelona bring Messi on for the last 20 minutes? You know, do Manchester City bring De Bruyne on for the last 20 minutes? Do United do it with Bruno? I just think it's a really weird thing to do. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I think it's a weird mentality to go, I agree with it. Let's keep our best player on the bench.
Good hands from Schmeichel.
Sing Bee Gees. Ha, 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 ha. Stay alive. Stay alive. 20 minutes to go. Corner to Czech Republic. I think this is going extra time. Denmark have been weird the second half, but we were full of praise for them first half. But maybe that 2-0 thing, they've just been let's go through the motions.
I still think they'll win 3-1. I think as the Czech Republic keep pushing on, they'll catch them. Pull something behind or something.
Somebody just asked there, I think it was Samurai, what do you thoughts on the 25k that people raised for the German girl? We spoke about that in the bit before the game, so probably well worth a listen if you want to. People forget how lucky United were. Pro Southgate's trying to justify his poor team selections as Giorgio, but I've got no problem with people saying that keep Grealish on the bench as an impact player. But what I'm saying to counter it is, please tell me where this phenomenon has come from and why lots of other clubs don't do it then. Why do lots of other clubs not put their best player on the starting lineup and keep him back?
I mean, I'd lose my mind if Salah was only brought on for the last 20 minutes most weeks.
Why if Ukraine score 4 goals in the first half and Southgate goes, don't worry, we've got Grealish for the last 20? So, Ollie was an impact player.
No pressure, Jack. No pressure.
Yeah.
Get on there, lad. Team must be nearly out now.
I think we pretty much know the team. I think it's Pickford in goal, Walker right back, Stones, Maguire, Luke Shaw, Rice, Phillips, Mount, Sancho, Sterling, and Kane. Pogba and Rice in midfield would be Rice and Pease, says Ash G.
Let me just say, 20-1 for Maguire to score a header, 16-1 for Stones to score a header. Do you fancy a couple of quid?
What you got? Stones to score a header.
16-1. Maguire 20-1.
I just named the England team literally seconds before it came out.
That's it, is it? That's the one.
Yeah.
So again, just talk me through the front four again.
Sancho, Sterling, Kane, Mount.
Yeah, I mean, look, Sterling is to me undroppable in this tournament for England right now, and rightly so. Mount in, and look again, Foden, Grealish. That bench is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And who's he left out? Was Calvert-Lewin on the bench?
I don't know yet.
They are starting to retreat now a little bit. Denmark, they are starting to drop that few yards deeper.
But it's exciting from a Manchester United fan's point of view to see Jadon Sancho start. I mean, couldn't get a look in before today, and then signs for United is straight in the starting lineup. I mean, a lot of it is because of Saka being injured. Apparently, the two players that have missed out from the bench are Saka, who's injured, and Reece James.
Did you sign Sancho? You would never know that on Twitter.
Yeah, didn't you know? Yeah,
no, I'm not saying that about it.
Well, let me just spend the next 20 minutes talking to you about it. Yeah.
Oh, good stop.
Poulsen, that's a good save. That goes for a corner. Still 13 minutes to go. Still.
I feel like you do need a forfeit, by the way, if England win it. A tash, something. We have like a
I'm meant to
Robbie
be getting a
Knox
haircut.
tash.
If they win it, I'm meant to be getting like a haircut that everyone's going to vote for, which is will be to do with wash and go, I suppose.
Full on Craig, folks. That's what you want to see. Full on Craig.
No. I'd look a right idiot. Imagine me with a big polished head.
I'd look a right idiot.
Well, it suits you. I can't imagine you with hair.
Suits you. Another Vidra and Dorita coming on now.
Yeah, they're going for it here. 2 substitutions from Czech Republic. 12 minutes to go. This surely, what are you reckoning? There's got to be another goal in this.
I think 3-1. I don't think there'll be an equaliser. I think Denmark will kill it off.
We're singing for England.
Wash and go! Arrivederci, inferior products. See, do you know what I mean? We can do this ad multilingually.
Arrivederci, it's wash and go. Take your soap, put it on. No, I can't think of lyrics for that. Goldometer, I still think Czech Republic are going to get a goal. Craig, Canate or Gomez next to Virgil? I think Gomez is massively underrated. He steadily has improved every season, and that's from Cade Cunningham.
It's impossible to say. I agree that Gomez is an outstanding centre-back, but it depends who Klopp. I don't think that there will be a go-to pairing. I think it'll be, horses for courses, whoever we're playing. And it's difficult to know till we see how Canate. I'd expect to start with Gomez in the season if he's fit because, we'll need time to bed Canate in. But again, great headache to have for the manager.
Yeah.
Double substitution here for Denmark. Andersen and Jensen about to come on. Christensen coming off.
I'm all right, Jack. Hope I'm absolutely fine, mate. I'm just I'm actually on Instagram at the moment, just seeing what's going on.
And is it Delaney? I think it is Delaney. Yeah, Thomas Delaney coming off as well. He's just on Instagram, folks, complaining as to why he's not verified on there. You know what I mean? Sending screenshots to Twitter to them going, do you have any idea who I am?
You can apply for it.
I know, we've done it 17 times and never heard that back. Not even an FU, nothing.
Mark Sanchez starting. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, you Denmark. Greedy git.
Yeah, he should have squared that there. I would fucking I'd destroy him here. I'd run up to him and destroy him. What a greedy shit.
Oh, if I'm Braithwaite and we go out with this
it's the back post one as well.
He
just could have nipped it to the back post. Just a little dink to the back post. There's a player coming in.
That's awful.
That is really...
Chiara's giving a little signal here.
He's obviously a FIFA player who doesn't like the sweaty goals because you can do that on FIFA. You just pass it across and it's an empty net and people say, nah, you can't do that. It's sweaty. Still time, though. Still time. Denmark should have done it there. Cross comes in. Good cross. Goes out for
it was a nice corner, that, wasn't it? That's right into the mixer.
Got the world in motion, and I can't believe it's true. We're singing for England. England! We're singing the song. We're singing for England. Wash and go. Arrivederci, it's 2-in-1.
I mean, it writes itself.
It does.
Copyright Craig Holden and Goldbridge 2021.
Do 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 do, 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 do.
I knew that you'd be banging on today, mate, so I brought a little something with me just to get through the stream.
Earplugs. Oh, yeah. Express yourself. Create the space. You know you can win. Don't give up the pace. Take them on. Beat the man. You never give up. It's one-on-one. Express yourself. It's one-on-one. Express yourself. It can't be wrong. Oh, he's through. Ooh, he doesn't want to give it.
Oh, he
doesn't want to give it.
Him here. He's booking
him. Get out of my face. Yeah. Calm and kick. Get out. Calm down. Any players on the pitch you take at United or Liverpool, says George? Yeah, I mean, there's a few from Denmark.
I wouldn't mind the cheeky punt on Dahlberg. He's not on the pitch now. I think he's gone off, has he? But, I mean, if he swapped him for Origi, I wouldn't be too upset. Vestergaard, decent centre-back as well.
Sancho starts, yes. Make sure you tune in. We'll be live from just before 7:30 on this channel for the England Watchalong. We'll have the fan park in the corner, so you'll be able to see a lot of people in a pub watching the match. So we'll get celebrations there. And, I hope we get some celebrations. We will. 5 minutes to go for Czech Republic. Could end
according to RTE, does not.
You got 15 minutes.
6.
Well, yeah, we're 84 minutes and 27 seconds to be fair. Yeah, there are most of the officials are German.
Just in case anybody wants to get a GoFundMe page set up for them before the games. I tell you what, this referee's handled the game quite well.
Samurai says, get a Foden trim with St George's Cross on the top. Is that for Craig? I don't think he'll be able to do the Foden trot, but we could definitely get a spray his face with a red flag, red cross, and some white.
You've more chance of me dipping my face into a vat of acid.
He's got his limits.
Well, I suppose everything has a price, but...
Good break on for Czech Republic. Nice ball through the middle. Good first touch. Good defending. Good defending there. They're going for it, the Czechs. I mean, remember, Schick is in a position where he's got a...
Is there anybody else left that could go ahead in the Golden Boot? Because Lukaku out.
Lukaku's gone.
Ronaldo gone.
Schick's going to be gone. So if you're on the same, you share the Golden Boot, don't you? I think you get it at weekends if you're Ronaldo and midweek if you're Schick. But it was shared before, wasn't it? I think didn't Salah and Kane share it a couple of years ago or something? So
Aubameyang and Salah.
Yeah. I'd basically say shove it up your arse.
Actually, was it a three-way share that year?
Ooh,
I know Aubameyang and Salah definitely shared it.
Yeah, I'd say Schick's gone off apparently as well, so he can't beat it now.
I need Kane to score 3 in this tournament to get my bet up. The one I talked about at the very start. I had Lukaku to score 4, Kane to score 4, Ronaldo to score 4 as it was a special offer.
I liked my outside bet for top goal scorer, if anyone can remember it. It was Schick of Czech Republic. See, no one remembers. No, it wasn't. It was Giroud. Giroud, because I thought Benzema was going to be injured. So I was thinking outside the box, which can make you look like an idiot sometimes.
Sterling? How many has he got in the tournament? 3?
3. Yeah, so Sterling could do it. I mean, he only needs 2 goals in 3 games because we will be playing 3 games more. Sterling, the way Sterling plays for England as well, he does take up that, he can be having a really quiet game, but he does take up those spaces.
It's nobody on the Italian side. They've shared the goals around pretty much, haven't they?
I think Immobile's on 2. He was shite last night.
We're probably sleeping on Murata here. He's probably got 3 or 4 that we haven't even thought about.
He'd have about 20 if he could finish, but I think he's only got about 2. I think Murata might only have 1, actually.
You got the nice goal in extra time. Do you remember the good left foot?
Yeah, I can't think of another one. Oh, Craig, how did you get a show sponsored by Wash and Go? Asking for a friend. Nice jobs on the streams, gentlemen, says David. He's not sponsored by Wash and Go. I'm sponsored by Wash and Go. I'm the one with the main.
Yeah, Wash and Go just don't love Craig. No love for Craig. Even though giving them a song, giving them everything here.
Thomas James says it's clear Southgate picks forward by goals and not their impact on the pitch. I don't understand how Grealish isn't being picked. No, I don't understand it either, really. But a lot of English fans seem to think that you can now put your best player on the bench and play him for the last 20 minutes, and it's genius. But
immediately denying yourself at least 3 penalties in the tournament as well, not having Grealish playing.
I don't understand why he's not starting. I think Denmark wanted the foul on Poulsen there, to be fair.
Oh, good turn.
Here he is. Braithwaite's a handful, you know. What sort of step over was that?
Look at that. He couldn't have gone down anymore looking for a penalty there.
Not going to get it.
That was an I'm knackered, wasn't it? Yeah. That was an I'm absolutely exhausted. Do you know what the funny thing is? He won't get that, and rightly so, but a fullback could get that if he was jockeying and a forward went into the back of him.
It's not massively dissimilar to the one that Doku got. Doku got a penalty for last night. It was the same sort of hand movement.
And Mbappe's was fairly ridiculous as well.
And Mbappe's was far less than that. That's the worst penalty of the bloody tournament, that one. I can't understand how VAR reviewed that and then still gave a penalty.
Wasn't there one that was it Italy or Belgium? Somebody should have had one last night in one of the games.
Well, I thought it was a penalty on Jorginho where De Bruyne touched him, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a dive." And I said, "Well, whether it's a dive or not, he still fouled him." Oh, Kufal's done very well there. Oh no, he's not. I thought camera angle there. Poulsen hits it long. Czech Republic. 10 seconds of normal time. Probably be about 5 minutes added on because we've had a few injuries, haven't we?
Deep down, both of us gone. No extra time.
6 minutes. If this goes to extra time, I'm leaving you. We're getting a divorce. I'm starving. I can't not eat before England. I think Grealish is not 100% fit, but Southgate is not telling that to the media. Yeah, that might be a good point, David. It's the only way not starting Grealish makes sense to me. Yeah, he might. That might be something there. Dara O'Brien looks different, says Harry Ellis. Surely there's going to be a goal in 6 minutes. It's a long time.
Dara O'Brien, come on, at least get it right.
Yeah, I've read it wrong.
He's I mean, there's only so much Dara O'Brien can present. That's all I'm saying. Do you know, if they want to bring back Robot Wars, I'll do it.
Braithwaite, I tell you what, he's got a fantastic energy. A dangerous pass there, but it works very well. Denmark got to be careful. They're trying to be like me at FIFA here, where you're just passing the ball about, trying to kill the time. But there'll be one pass where you fuck it up.
They have been very impressive, though. Denmark, the way they've gone about their business in this tournament. I'll tell you what. Oh, there's the pass you're speaking about.
Yeah. They've got to just launch this.
You just don't want to be giving away cheap set pieces here.
No. You've come out of position there, number 23, you lazy shit. Forsberg can win Golden Boot. How can he be? He's out.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
What's he going to do? Get goals from the beach?
That's up there with the France for the Euros comment from earlier.
Yeah. I think realistically, I don't know how many Morata's got, but if he's only on 2, I can't see him getting 5. I can't see Immobile getting up to 5. He's only on 2. Sterling, I mean, if Harry Kane gets a couple tonight, you never know.
Oh, if he gets 2 tonight and he's on 3,
he can do that.
Probably the only time I'll be cheering him on to get a 4th in the tournament.
If Harry Kane gets a couple tonight, he'll win Golden Boot because we'll definitely get to the final, and it only needs one in each.
14-1, mate. 14-1 for the three of them to get 4 each.
Who? Ronaldo,
Kane, Lukaku.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think them odds are quite short. I think, but I suppose when you look at it, you'd expect them to go deep in the tournament. They all take the penalties, don't they? I think.
And I have
Lukaku should have bloody scored last night. That chance on the back post, bloody hell!
I had him to score a double in the game, mate. That would have been the third one for me up in that game, and I was raging. I won't lie.
He should have scored 2 last night. To be fair, there was a couple of times where he could have done better as well. But that one on the back post, people said it was a great block by Spinazzola, and it was, but it was only because he didn't put it in the bottom corner.
Take this in the corner. Just take this Højbjerg. Yeah, that's it. Let it go out. Do you know, Højbjerg to me was one of the best signings Spurs have actually made. I really like Højbjerg as a midfielder.
They're all drinking Heineken as well.
Carlsberg, mate. Carlsberg.
It was Heineken there.
But they did Carlsberg's Danish.
I know, but I'm just saying they're all drinking Heineken. I tell you what, there'll be a lot of Danes over for the Wembley game. Be a good atmosphere. If it happens, Czech Republic are coming forward again. Still 2 minutes. They've just got to work this up and launch it. They need to work it wide.
Isn't it good to see these days, though, teams are backing themselves to try and play into positions more rather than just 60-yard diags?
Still Poulsen. He's won it. They might have to launch it now. 4 minutes and 30. No, they're still going to work it. Maybe knackered now. Yeah, there we go. Can Kufel put the cross in? He's got to try and get it on his right foot. Good defending here by Denmark. Puts it in with his left. It's a good cross, but they've been very good defensively, the Danes. They've got some height in there. He's going to have to launch this. 5 minutes. Still a minute to go. Angled in.
Oh!
Headed away. Souček. Was it Souček? No, it wasn't Souček.
You'd imagine
1 minute to go.
You know, no better Buchel than Kasper Schmeichel to take his time over a goal kick.
Goldbridge's pizza's looking good.
Little stamp on the turf. 7. Check the ball pressure. I don't want it on the left side. I'm going to move it across to the right side. Don't care if I get a yellow ref.
We'll be talking about Varane on the United stand at 10 o'clock tonight. Personal terms agreed, apparently. We'll be talking about that. Sancho starts for England. Very excited about that. Very excited.
Come on, Denmark. See it out. Go on.
It's so exciting to have Jadon Sancho starting for England when he's a United player now. It's so exciting.
I did see a funny tweet the other day. It's over.
He's blown it. And the Czech Republic have blown it as well. 2-1. Just couldn't get that second goal. Out they go. Denmark.
Congratulations to Denmark.
England will play Denmark in the semi-finals then, Craig. That's a good one.
Yeah, it should be a good game. It's look, I can't see any way you don't win tonight. I'll be honest with you. I see the Danes giving you a headache for sure, but
yeah, it'll be a tough game. That will be a tough game. I'm not going to get too arrogant about that.
I'm genuinely over the moon for Denmark.
I might get a bit arrogant on my Twitch stream at 11 when I've had a few beers, but for now, I won't get arrogant about Denmark. Just got to beat Ukraine. Well, look, I'm going to go and get a bit of a snack bite to eat. We're going to be live at 7:30. The link's in the video, the homepage. Big shout out to Wash and Go. Links in the video description for that. Get yourself some Wash and Go. Obviously, I'm sponsored by that, not Craig. There it is. You can't see it because it's invisible, a bit like Craig's hair. But thanks for coming on, Craig. We've had a good stream.
Yeah, it's been great.
It has been good. We will be back at 7:30 with an England watch-along. We'll have the live fan park stream as well. So you'll have that in the corner. You'll be able to see lots and lots of football fans enjoying the match on a Saturday night. You'll be enjoying it as well. Interaction as ever on That's Football. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in just under half an hour. Thanks for coming on, Craig.
Thanks for having me on. Been loads of fun.